all about what do you call it? Drive-by?
Drive-by coaching, Shay.
Okay, so this is going to be like a drive-by coaching session. I like that.
It's or pop-up coaching session, or a flash coaching session. Shay, all kind of different ones.
All right, so
like a flash mob, like flash coaching session. We just all just line up and just go in like boom, we're gonna get coached.
All right, so I believe we're going live shortly. Oh! I got room.
Wait.
You got to scoot down a little bit.
Well, you wanted that side, and now you want people to move over.
Why did you tell me my crowd was cooking? My tie was cooking.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the. Now what is this called? A pop-up session?
It's called a flash coaching session. Like flash mob, yeah.
Like quick, right now.
Like right now.
The old flash mob. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. This is the view here. Melissa, are we live? Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Have you done a mic check yet?
Mic check, mic check.
Okay. So Trevor, we've now all done a mic check, mic check. I'm putting that over there. We are live. Welcome everybody.
What's going on, y'all?
There's one cool guy up here. No, it's not Trevor. No,
I was going to say.
No, it's not.
I thought it was me. I was going to agree with him. I was going to agree with Myron that it was Trevor.
I think it's you, bro.
See, Shay,
I don't know what Shay's talking about.
See, Shay, I'm convinced. You know what, Shay, you're fired.
Okay, it's fine. That's fine.
Wow. Just like that.
So, ladies and gentlemen that are just getting the message, I know some of you were waiting to get tuned in. You were texting me. Welcome. We have a special guest that decided to pop up.
Pop up.
For lack of a better term.
Like
just
that?
pop up.
Like literally, like really popped up.
No, not really. He's here. He showed up. And he showed up today to provide some value, I understand. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Good.
We're going to share some nuggets, some secrets, some golden nuggets, some secrets.
Okay, and you came in from where?
Tampa, Florida.
What was the temperature like in Tampa? Do you know?
It was probably 86 when we left our house this morning at 5 o'clock.
5 a.m. flight. I didn't know they had 5 a.m. flights.
Well,
I know I took a 6 a.m. flight.
Our flight was 6:50, but we left the house.
See, you're like Shay. Y'all get on them. Y'all get on them planes. Hey, like, man, get me on the plane at 10 o'clock.
You get the good seat, the overhead space, all that fun stuff.
Okay, well, I do the same thing. I like to get the first flight out.
Yes,
typically, and the reason I like to get the first flight out is I like to get to where I'm getting to, obviously.
So you can have the rest of your day there.
See,
that's what's up. See, great minds.
We think alike. There's other folks that like to just wait, catch like 11. Now I understand for some of you, your family dictates that you can't do that. So we do. I'm not.
Right.
I understand that.
Yeah, we're not talking down.
But for those that have a choice,
right,
and can decide, I decide to go early. Now, sometimes things hold me back, and that doesn't happen.
So, hello, everybody.
And like Trevor's like half. Trevor, you got to take a step over a little bit. You're like half off the screen. There you go. There you
go. I fit in there. I fit well.
Get in where you can fit in, brother.
Okay, Tyler's good. By the way, hello, everybody. Welcome. It's going to be another one of those sensational speaker events, and we are joined by none other than. Don't tell everybody, but it's Myron Golden. That's right. You've heard of him before. The author of the Fast Track Millionaire. Now, there are a lot of ways to become a millionaire. You can do it the fast way. You can do it the tortoise way.
Woo! Right? That's kind of painful.
Or you can do it the fast and the easy way. And I'm assuming you're going to tell us the fast and the easy way.
Fast and easy. Fast and easy. And that's what I'm going to share with you. Fast and easy.
Oh, this is going to be another one of those amazing events. Now, if this is your first time joining us, come on over to the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group. It's
elusive and exclusive. Don't get the private, elusive, exclusive.
That's right, that's right.
I like that.
And it's the only group like it in the world. And how do you get there? Well, just come on over to Virtual Networking Live. Come on over to Virtual Networking Live. It's where all of the comments are happening. I'm right here. You guys see my laptop. It's where all the conversations are happening. We're taking your questions real time. Shay is taking this on his phone.
Well, see, Trevor is still in the 1980s. Trevor has this big old computer up here with his huge monitor.
It's a Mac.
For most of you out there, you're going to earn your first million on something called a mobile device. Do you have a mobile device?
I do have a mobile device, but I gave it to my wife before I came up here because I did not want it to ring.
Oh, now you don't need it. Is it an iPhone or Android?
With an Android.
Oh, okay. I like that. Trevor still has the Samsung. He's switching back to the iPhone, by the way. He's coming home. So I'm going to be able to communicate with you with this little device here that is almost as powerful as what he has. Do you know that?
Can you still see, Shay? Because I remember you having eyesight because the phone was so small.
I'm able to see.
Shay, your phone is about half the size of my phone.
But you know what? It's done so well that I can see exactly the same thing you can see over there. I can read the email. I can do everything I need to do.
Did you read that John McClung is here from New Mexico? He is here with New Mexico from I Am a Testimony.
Hey,
what part of New Mexico? What part of New Mexico?
Hey, John, if you're watching this, what part of New Mexico are you from? Because Myron might be coming your way.
Well, you know, I want to get back down there. My wife and I went there a couple years ago for our anniversary. We got an anniversary coming up next Monday as well. So
congratulations.
28 years.
28 years.
28 years.
Trevor, there's hope.
See, I don't even look old
There's
enough
hope
to
for
be
you,
married.
Shay.
There is hope.
There's hope for you, Shay. You should go see him and his wife for marriage counseling, Shay. And I'm sure I can get you a free power session, Shay.
As you can see, Trevor is projecting. He has this problem inside of him. His little baby's crying for attention. For 28 years, congratulations.
Thank you.
And what's the secret?
The secret to what?
The secret to being married 28 years. I mean, Trevor wants to know.
Understanding that marriage is a covenant and not a contract, which is an agreement based upon a mutual love and trust, not an agreement based upon a mutual distrust like a contract. So I love my wife, she loves me.
Ooh, not an agreement based upon mutual distrust. Shay,
That's what a contract is. So people who think marriage is a contract are in trouble. But it's a covenant. And it's a covenant sworn on your life to protect that other person with everything you got. And so that's how we feel. But that's a whole nother conversation. If you get me on that conversation, you might not be able to get me off. And then these folks are going to say, wait a minute, I thought you were going to teach me how to be a millionaire, and now you're teaching me how to stay married for 20 years.
First of all, if you made it 28 years, there's a lot of folks out there right now, they're like, whoa, I need to hear it.
Well, we didn't make it 28 years yet, but I think you're going to hang in with me till next Monday, right? Okay.
His wife is here right now. She's over there cheering and smiling. She's right there.
And Shay, Richard Tati has joined us. I forgot what country he's from, but he wants us to do an official event all in Spanish. So he said he wants us to do an event, a hangout all in Spanish, and I promised him that we were going to do it in September. We're going to do something.
We are going to do it. I took 2 years of Spanish, but I mean,
we can translate it.
I don't remember how to do that.
And but Sandra Mizell is here, and Karen L. McDonald.
Yeah, Karen says, hi everyone, I'm here from the D. Karen, what is the D?
What is the D?
No, you see that? She says, hi everyone, I'm here from the D. Dr. Karen is in the house. Thank you for what I know with this will be a powerful session.
How do you know that? Oh, that's Big D.
No, I thought Dallas was the big
Karen, just as a point of information, just tell us what Big D is, please.
Right.
I mean,
Michelle Roberts. By the way, if you're joining us right now, or if this is your first time watching, come on over to the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group. There's no other group like it on the planet. And why should you come there? Why? Because it's where all of the questions are going on. It's where all the comments are happening. It's where all of the virtual networking is happening. Now, how do you get there? By coming on over. Just join me over at Virtual Networking.
Oh, look at that.
Live.
We got the pro in the back.
Virtual Networking Live. There it is.
Just come on over and join
up on the screen. That's what's up.
When they get there, where the manners? Don't be rude. Tell us your first name. Tell us your last name. Tell us where you're from. And then just tell us a little bit about the product, the service, the mission, the organization, or the mission that you represent. Try saying that one 3 times fast. Just tell us, what do you do? Go ahead, post it right now in the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group. This is our time to highlight you and the great work that we know that you're doing in communities all over the world.
Absolutely, and a shout out to Michelle Roberts. She says, hi everyone, I'm Michelle A. Roberts from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be in for a treat. Myron is going to really share some real ideas
we about to
for
rock
real
the
folks
house. We about to rock the house.
That have real problems. He's brought some real solutions.
Oh, for real.
And that's going to happen. I really can't wait. Sandra Brevet Dibb says, good afternoon, everyone. She's here.
Hello, Sandra.
She can't wait to hear the message. I promise you right now, for those that are watching and you're thinking, okay, I'm ready to head over to the private, to the elusive, exclusive Facebook group. Like, why should I be there, Shay? Well, there's 3 main reasons you should be here. Number 1, and they'll put Virtual Networking Live below. You'll see that in just a moment. There are 3 reasons. Number 1 is an opportunity for you to ask questions of the presenter. So if someone asks a question today, and we have time.
If I don't know, can I ask you?
You can ask me.
Okay.
I'll be here, and so you will be able to connect directly with Myron. He's actually here,
I'm here.
and he'll answer those questions. That's number 1. So you can connect. Number two reason is an opportunity for you to be able to network with folks that are all over the world. So you'll see other folks that are in there, and perhaps you want to connect with folks.
Absolutely.
Virtual networking.
Virtual networking.
So wherever they are, they can still connect with other folks. That's going to be really, really cool. And then the third reason, because you're probably saying, Shay, what's the third reason? Shay, what's the third reason? Here it is. We might put some golden nuggets, some some secrets. And where we put those at? In the private, in the elusive, and the exclusive Facebook group. Might even have an extra gift. I'm going to ask him if he has some gifts later. But the only way to find it is to be in the group. So what do? Go with virtualnetworkinglive.com. As Trevor mentioned, tell us your first name. Tell us your last name. Tell us where you're from. And more importantly, share what you do. Today is going to be flat out amazing.
And I want to welcome Odessa Cleveland. And there were many people that we welcome to the group, and I didn't get a chance to mention all of the people. Just see them on your screen. Welcome Karen McDonald, and I'm just going to post the link for everybody there.
D.W. Gilmore says, what's happening, everyone? This is D.W. Gilmore from Tampa.
From Tampa, that's what's up.
He says, I know my... Everyone knows you, by the way. He says, I know Myron is going to rock the house just like he does locally.
Tampa's taking over, brother.
DMV, where are you? Where are you?
He says, just like he does locally on Wednesdays. What happens on Wednesdays in Tampa?
Well, every Wednesday morning at 7:30, I do a business Bible study where I teach business principles from the Bible every Wednesday morning at 7:30.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, every Wednesday.
Is it free?
It's free.
Free? Hey, go to virtualnetworkinglive.com and we're going to, can we share? Can anyone join us?
Well, it's actually, it's not a virtual event. It's a physical event. There's no internet at the place where we do it.
No, well, what about a conference call? Trevor, so you don't have the internet, ladies and gentlemen. I want you, everyone, please jot this down in your notes. You play the hand you're dealt. And in poker, you can win in any hand. So they still have their cell phones. So maybe we'll ask Myron in the future if he'll put his phone there. You can get a speaker pretty cheaply these days.
I could probably broadcast even on the internet.
And just let folks, let them eavesdrop. Let them be a fly on the wall.
Do y'all really want to listen to me teach?
Yes!
Biblical principles of business, and it's free. And it's every Wednesday?
And tell them to get a private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group.
Well, I can't take private, elusive, exclusive because that's already taken. I'd have to come up with something else.
Don't worry. They can come over to the private, elusive, exclusive.
Now, John says he's from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Okay.
And send Myron a t-shirt.
Okay.
Send him he makes these great t-shirts. It's called I Am a Testimony. He has this line of t-shirts called I Am a Testimony.
Nice cross on it. He's a believer.
Send Myron a t-shirt.
Fantastic.
Now, I don't know where to send it, so you're going to have to ask Myron in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group where you can send it to. Joyce Swenson says she's in the house.
Joyce Swenson. She needs to come on over here. Don't quit tripping,
She's from the DMV.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a financial advisor.
Joyce needs to come on over to the studio.
Who does this guy know?
Come on over to the studio, Joyce Swenson. Good to see you, sister.
You never know who's going to show up on these things, do you?
You never know.
But you agreed to pop up.
I agreed to pop up. I was on my way through Baltimore, D.C. to BWI Airport.
Going where? First of all, I'm going to ask Myron. He didn't know I was going to ask this question. But what brought you to the area?
Well, my dad's 80th birthday is tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
80? My dad's going to be 80.
Shout out to Dad. Happy early birthday.
Pops. Happy birthday. So going up for that, going to hang out with him tomorrow morning, take him out to breakfast, my brothers and I, and then we're going to have a birthday party for him on Sunday, and it's going to be just pretty much off the chain. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and so he flew in to where?
To BWI.
Okay.
And then we drive up to Pennsylvania, to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
That's about an hour and a half from here, I think.
About an hour and 15 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
And we welcome in Marshina Williams.
Hey, Marshina, for the first time.
Hey, Marshina, how you doing?
Welcome to the private group. We are going to get started in a little while. We're just kind of getting started and chatting.
Some people, like our veterans, they've just forgotten their manners. Hello, CC Caldwell Miller. We know who you are, but they don't know who you are. If you're coming over to the private, the elusive, the exclusive
private, the elusive, the exclusive
Facebook group. Come on over by going to virtualnetworkinglive.com. Now, when you get there, don't be rude. Remember what your parents taught you. Give us your first name. Give us your last name. Tell us, where are you from? And then tell us a little bit about the product, the service, the mission, or the organization that you represent. Go ahead. It's called virtual networking, and they want to know who you are. Go ahead, CC Caldwell Miller. Tell them who you are. Tell them who you are. Tell them
it's a gold opportunity to spotlight your company and what you would want to do. Shanice Barker says, "Hi everyone."
It's Shanice. It's
Shanice.
When do you get Shanice? It's Shanice.
Shanice A. Barker, financial architect here in Laurel, Maryland. You're right around the corner.
And come on over here.
Myron's actually in here.
I told you Tampa was trying to take over, but DMV is starting to bring it up. And And matter of fact, we're at 8201 Sandy Spring Road in Laurel, Maryland. 8201 Sandy Spring Road in Laurel, Maryland at Village Connector Studios.
And that's Suite 200.
Suite 200, you got it.
200.
Natasha T. Brown says DMV is representing. All right, now I'm feeling at home. I'm feeling a little love here. Dr. Doris Griffin, assistant pastor of Harvest Christian Fellowship, is in the house from Delaware.
Hello, Pastor. How are you?
Thank you so much for joining.
Absolutely.
The message that you're all going to hear today.
Hey, Coco Jackson.
Coco Jackson from the Bronx.
You know Coco too?
I know Coco. Coco's one of my author students.
Coco's in the house. We know Coco.
Coco's tearing it up.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, Kelvin Moulton, PhD, says Mooten
Hey,
says he's not able to get the live stream.
I just sent him a link.
Okay, if you're putting it in the group,
I just sent him a link.
Can you pin it at the top of the group?
Okay, I sent him the link.
Kelvin, you got to head on over. If you put this in the group, Trevor's at the very top is going to put where you all can join in at the private and elusive exclusive Facebook group. Okay, we got Bo Josie.
I can't.
Gamanite. Okay, Gamanite says, hello, everyone, all the way from Vancouver, Canada.
From Vancouver, hey.
The beautiful British Columbia. I'm a grad student and very new to business. Yes, Myron Golden, we would love to attend your business principles Bible study. See, I knew there was someone out there.
Shay, we got some new people.
I knew there was someone.
You said it.
Tell him you want to put he has a phone.
Done, finished, completed.
He can do free conference.
Finished, completed.
You know, there's free teleconference calls out there.
No, I have a conference line. I have a conference line I've had for 10 years.
Joy Durrell.
Hey, Michelle. Thanks for joining for the first time. Okay.
Deborah Bonner.
Hey, Deborah.
Hey, Deborah.
Deborah Bonner. Yeah.
Bonner, thanks for joining.
Janice McBride.
Hey, Janice. Oh, welcome.
Right.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Brian Keith McNair. Oh, they are showing up. They are showing up.
Oh, it's Stevie, showing up and showing out.
Asha Mills. Stevie Mills is here.
Stevie says, shout out from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Welcome from Greensboro.
She said she's in the house from the heart of North Carolina.
Don't forget, now, Michelle Collins-Hamptons is here. She's with Beacon Real Estate Properties out there.
Michelle, it's great to connect with you again.
Okay, Beacon Properties out there in Beacon Properties Real Estate, Warrenton, Virginia. Warrenton, Virginia,
shout. Candace. Oh, Candace Camille is in the house. Yes, everyone. Yes. Candace Camille taking lunch break.
You know what? I wish you were here a little bit longer.
Bed and breakfast. Fort Washington, Maryland.
She has the best bed and breakfast in the country.
And
I've been married for 28 years. You go there, I guarantee you another 28 years.
It's right here in Fort Washington. She's maybe 20 minutes away. It's a bed. She's watching now. Here she is.
Decoration.
Beautiful.
How you doing, Candace?
Hey, Candace.
Candace, thanks for joining.
Send me information on that bed and breakfast. We will definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, so send it on over. Send it on over. Pure in the voice. It's an amazing place. Right down the street from beautiful National Harbor.
Wonderful. Candace, thanks a lot for joining. We really appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you being here. Linda Robinson of Harvest Agency, New Jersey, said she's glad to be here.
But one thing, Shay, okay. It's first name, it's last name. You tell us where you're from.
She did that.
Wait, Shay. And then you tell us a little bit about the product, the service, the mission, the organization that you represent. I'm like, Harvest Agency, New Jersey. That sounds great. I like the name. But I don't know what she does, Shay. I don't know what she does.
Okay.
Tell us what you do.
Monique Blair says, hey. Monique is here. Now, Monique. I'm not sure where Monique is from. So
we don't know what you do.
Don't know what you do.
Hello.
And there's no one else in there that knows what you do. But this is an opportunity for you to spotlight your company. And for all of you out there, in all seriousness, I want you to listen. This is an opportunity to come
thanks for the name corrections, Shay Brown.
I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it, okay? I want everyone to know I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it. And I'm going to get there.
Now, there's Coco Jackson. She says, I'm a gourmet coffee distributor of organic and delicious coffees, teas, and hot chocolate. I'll have the hot chocolate.
Well, send us something out here. I mean, I drink hot chocolate. I don't drink tea really and coffee, but I do drink tea. But Derek Fry. Hey, Derek, you and I just talked this morning.
From Chi-Town.
I just talked to him this morning. He says, from Chicago.
From Chi-Town. That's what's
Derek,
up.
We had a conversation this morning, great conversation. Tell them what you do. Go ahead and post that out there. I mean, Myron's here, we're sharing with you, and you guys are all able, you're connected with Myron through the power of these fiber optic lines right now. You are actually connecting with the Myron.
And let's
Not a Myron.
The Myron.
The Myron. And let's welcome Salai Tyler and Jacqueline McEwen.
Hey,
Hello
welcome
there.
to the
How y'all
private,
doing?
to the elusive, to the exclusive
Facebook group.
Hey,
you're pretty good at this. You're pretty good.
I'm a quick study.
He said, I've heard it like 100 times, Trevor. I've got the jingle. He's got the music. All we need is a little music going behind there. Now, Melissa's worked on it for us. She has some. Let's all give Melissa. Now, Melissa's here. Let's give her a shout out. She is 8 months. Is 8 months pregnant, Melissa?
She's doing 8 weeks.
She's doing 8 weeks, so she would be 7 months pregnant.
She's the camera superstar.
So she's 7 months pregnant then, right?
I don't know. I know she's doing 8 weeks.
Okay, she's 7 months pregnant. She's here. She's in the back. She's putting up with Trevor today. I don't know how that's going to work, but she's working hard. So shout out to Melissa back in the back, making us all look good up here today.
Absolutely. She's doing a great job.
Shay, we just had another rock star coming to the group.
Well, mine was already here.
Well, we have another one.
Okay.
You might not know who she is. You might have heard her. I'm going to give you a hint, Shay.
Okay.
She is fabulous.
No.
Yeah, she's here.
Doris Birch. I got it right.
Fab Factor.
You're gonna love Doris Birch.
From Fab Factor, she's
Doris,
here.
as you're watching Myron today, Doris, by the way, is a speaker. She's a coach. She's helping women all over the world be fabulous. She has something called the Fab Factor.
Go, Doris.
And the message you're going to share with her today is really good. Doris, we want all of you to pay special attention.
We create a new brand. There's the Fast Track Millionaire, and then there's the Fabulous Millionaire. How's that?
I like it. I like it.
So once you become a millionaire, you can become fabulous. But Doris, in all seriousness, you want to pay close attention today, and all those that are out there.
And look who showed up!
Close attention.
Another rock star. They're coming out.
Now we just met this person down in Richmond, Virginia. Let me go see. She goes by the name of.
She was on the Hangout.
No, she was down in Richmond, Virginia.
No, she was on the Hangout. Professor Dee was on the Hangout.
But she was also there in Richmond, Virginia.
But she was on the Hangout that we did last week.
Okay.
With
Professor Dee. Hello to you again, Professor Dee. I don't know your name because I don't have it here in front of me. Where is she from? Did you mention where she's from?
Professor Dee, where are you from?
I'm saying Richmond, Virginia.
She's working on her syllabus, right, or syllabi for the upcoming semester. Yeah.
Wow,
so, what are you studying, Professor Dee?
Now, what's the name?
What are you teaching, rather?
Pamela Destined for Greatness Davis says, "Good day, gentlemen." I guess she's referring
Pamela.
to. Thank you for referring to me. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Pam Davis from Long Island, New York, is in the house. She says, "I'm a distributor of XG Express."
Terry's here.
I'm trying to do a shout out, and these guys, they don't. Pamela, I care about you. Pamela, I care about you. I don't know who they're talking about. I really don't.
Hi, Pamela.
I'm gonna read this. Pamela is from Long Island, New York. She's in the house. She says, "I'm a distributor with FG Express, makers of amazing power strips." Trevor, she followed the instructions.
But I'm gonna give another shout out.
Well done, Pamela.
Thank you. You followed the instructions.
Hey, Shay. Deneen Morgan Burley is here.
What?
And they're from they're ready to kick butt and take notes, and they're part of the DMV, that's DC, Maryland, Virginia, Shay. Gold Diggers, Gold, G-O-A-L, representing, Shay. Represent Gold Diggers, G-O-A-L.
Kelvin now says, "Now I'm connected." He's watching. I'm Dr. Kelvin S. Bolton from Sugar Land, Texas.
Sugar Land, Texas.
Sugar Land, Texas is in the house.
You know,
they got a group name
from the National Association of Real Estate
I
Brokers.
know. Kelvin with the glasses.
He got all the pictures. So, hey, you know, we took a selfie with him. You know what? Everybody take a selfie. We want to know what y'all doing. What are y'all doing in your office right now? Go ahead, take a selfie.
You're working.
Take a selfie. Post it.
Might as well post it right in the private, in the elusive, in the exclusive Facebook group.
I'm gonna tell you.
Take a selfie. Shay. Everybody take a selfie. We want to know what y'all doing. Shay, you got the camera. Take the selfie.
Okay. Trevor wants me to take a selfie. Okay. We're going to take a selfie for all those that are out there.
Hold on. I get it.
Hold on. Let me go here. All right. We're going to do a selfie. On three. Let me make sure I can hold this thing. On three. Hold on. One. I can't get the camera far enough back. You guys.
Wide angle.
Oh, right. Of course.
Shay, turn it wide angle.
I can tell Myron's an expert at the selfie stuff.
Yeah, but you got to do something to make this.
Now that'll show up anyway.
Okay.
It'll show up. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Good enough. Good enough for government work.
And when you turn sideways, you'll see the whole thing.
Oh.
Now,
okay.
Professor Dee is from Aiken, Darlene Aiken from New York. Personal development. Let me click on what she does.
From New York.
Yeah, okay. She's Professor Dee. Is online. She's right now. Okay. She's from Darlene Aiken. Okay. From New York, personal development expert. Okay. International best-selling.
Best-selling author.
Yeah.
Founder of the Inner Beauty Solutions, Inc. Yeah.
Yeah, they're developing personal development for girls. I also teach personal development for freshman college students.
That's what's up.
By the way, we know that many of you got students, children that are going back to college. If you got a child that's getting ready to go to school or go out to college, it's great. Post in the group some well wishes, and we want to make sure that we stand in alignment with the fact that they're going to get straight A's this year. They're going to get straight A's this year and every year afterwards. So, go ahead.
Oh, you're right. It came out just perfect. So, for those that are out there, we just took a selfie. And if you have your camera right now, Coco Jackson.
Coco Jackson, I don't sing. By the way, listen, Coco Jackson,
Trevor,
today is her birthday.
You want Trevor to sing?
Happy birthday,
Trevor,
Coco.
she did a request for you to sing to her.
Happy birthday to you. That's about all she's getting.
That's only the first chorus.
That's it. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Coco. Happy birthday.
Coco.
Shout out to you. Thanks for joining. You're going to be really glad. And you don't want me to
sing happy birthday to you.
You're going to be really glad.
And as Trevor was saying, Terry Leininger, what's up, man? I'm on my way to Harrisburg. So I'll see you shortly.
Pamela, Destined for Greatness Davis, she's here from FGX Express, or FG Express, makers of the amazing power strips. Hey, tell us about the amazing power strips. What is that? That sounds kind of interesting. Amazing power strips?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's like for my phone, maybe it's a charger, maybe it's save me some electricity. I don't know. Tell us about
now for all of you who are posting your selfies, what I'm going to suggest is two things. Now, I just did a selfie. I was forced up here to do a selfie.
It was actually a Wi-Fi.
It was a Wi-Fi?
It was a
Wi-Fi.
I just made that up.
Oh, we just did a Wi-Fi.
I'm still in that too.
I've never heard of a Wi-Fi, but we just did a Wi-Fi, and we're expanding our comfort zone. So here's what we want you to do. Take your phone out right now. Take your phone out right now, because we want to connect. Hold it like this. Take a picture. And we take a picture, post it into the private, into the elusive, into the exclusive Facebook group, and then put hashtag. What's the hashtag?
Fast Track Millionaire.
That's a long hashtag.
Wi-Fi.
Hashtag Wi-Fi. We're going to make something up.
W-E-F-I.
W-E-F-I. Okay, that's the hashtag. Post it into the group. I'm doing it right now, and we're going to connect with you like right now. So take your phone out and go click, and then post it. Do it right now.
Yep. And so let's give some shout outs to, looks like, what does that say?
Marshana Williams.
Marshana Williams. And
in Boston. From Boston.
Yeah, and she's the Navy vet.
Yes.
She's a Navy vet. She's providing
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Providing housing solutions in sales, investment, counseling, and energy. Great. And Precious Moore. Hot Lashes Online Product. See, H-U-T is not hot, it's hot.
Hot.
I think
it's quite hot. It's quite hot. It's a little warm in here, but no, it's not warm. It's hot. It's quite hot indeed.
And, she provides amazing mascara and other makeup and skincare products online. Reach out to her. You want the eyelashes and stuff like that? Just go ahead, connect with Precious Moore. And Shay, Hattie McCutcheon, she said, I just followed and liked Mr. Golden. Oh my gosh, it's a pleasure. Yes, he's here.
Hey Hattie, how you doing?
Come on down. Hattie, you can come right on down.
Come on down.
8201 Sandy Spring Road. Suite 200 in Laurel, Maryland. Just come on down. We're here at Village Connector Studios. Just come on down. And we want to welcome Hugh A. Jenkins. We want to welcome Cantrice.
Hey, Cantrice, how are you?
Donna Davis.
Yeah, Cantrice. Yeah, Smith. I know Cantrice.
So the new people who are coming in, as soon as you get to the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group, no other group like it on the planet, by going to virtualnetworkinglive.com. As soon as you get into the group, post your first name, post your last name. Tell us where you're from, but please don't forget to tell us a little bit about the product, the service, the mission, the organization, or the brand that you represent. This is our time to highlight you, because after all, it's not about Shay, it's not about Trevor, it's not about Myron.
It's about you.
It's about you. All right.
Well, I'm really excited for what we have coming up in the lineup that we have coming up today. There are folks that are listening, they're ready to learn.
I'm ready.
How
I'm excited.
To be a fast track millionaire.
Yes.
I can't wait. Now, they should do a couple things. First of all, Trevor, the folks that are out there, the message is so powerful. One of the things you all can do right now is you can pay this forward. There's a way that you can participate right now, and you can pay this forward. You can share the message that's going to help change lives. So for folks that are in business, it's going to benefit them. I understand that. For folks that work for someone, it's going to benefit them.
Absolutely.
And for other folks that are ready to get going, it's going to benefit them as well. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And listen to what Hattie said. Hattie said, this is pretty amazing. I just followed him this morning, and now he's here. I can't believe it. I absolutely love it. And she's the creator of the Be Healthy Revolution. She's a
Be Healthy, holistic healer.
Out of Chicago,
That's
Illinois. And look at the Wi-Fi. Look at Linda Robinson and her husband. He got on pink. I heard the real man wore pink, Shay. I mean,
absolutely. So here's what y'all can do. Look right above the feed. If you look up, like right above the video, there's a share button right there. And one of the things we'd like for you to do is just go ahead and hit the share button. Just go ahead and hit the share button right now. And we want you to share this message out. Trevor, what do you think about that?
So one of the reasons that we ask you to share is because it's all about paying it forward. And here's what I want you to remember: that the person who outgives their competition out-earns their competition.
Say that one more time.
The person who outgives their competition out-earns their competition. And whenever you find that there's a deficit in any place of your business or any point in your business or any point in your life, generally you will see that there's a deficit in your giving. And we want to make sure that you're giving enough. And sometimes you got to give enough effort. And sometimes you got to give more focus. And sometimes you got to give of your resources. But above all, you must give to others if you want to truly have success.
Every deed is a seed.
I like that. Say that again.
Every deed is a seed. Every word is a seed. Every thought is a seed. Every dollar is a seed that you're sowing into the garden of your future. You don't want to get to future harvest time and not have anything to reap. So you got to sow.
Who's got the hot shit? He said, wait a minute. You got to give us a compliment. He said, wait a minute, gentlemen. I got something for you now. He started off slow, Trevor. You see that? That's that build up.
Yeah,
that's that build up. A little bit hit, a little seed, a little of this, and then you got something you got to harvest. Whoa.
It reminds me of Google. I mean, if you look at how Google took down Apple.
Trevor now has a Google story.
They took them down.
Get ready now. I don't know what you got, but you better, I advise you get ready. Okay, tell us it.
But in all sincerity, Google came into the phone industry, and they came in and they took on Apple. And remember that by that time, Microsoft tried to take them on, couldn't do it, failed at it. Nokia tried to take them on, couldn't do it, failed at it. Siemens tried to take them on, Motorola tried to take them on, couldn't take down big bad Apple. Motorola and other companies partnered and they couldn't take them down. And then Microsoft and Nokia, they got together and said, okay, we're going to combine and try to take down Apple, and they couldn't do it. Here comes Google. Never built a phone in their life, didn't know anything about phones. But here's what they do. They come in and they build an operating system and they give it away. And in less than 2 years, they become the #1 operating system, not just in the United States, but in the country, worldwide. Now, not only did this help them in the phone industry, but the most valuable brand as of 6 months ago in the entire world is no longer Apple. It's Google. And what model do they run? They run the giver's model. Look at Tesla Motors right now. What is the thing that they're doing?
They're
the CEO
gave away all their patents.
He gave away all their patents. And so what are you doing? So right now, how is your giving? I mean, go ahead and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Here's one way that I know that you can increase your giving right now. You can look above the video. You can look
right
above
there. It's a little
the
button,
video.
it's a little share button.
And you can hit the share button. And you can just hit the share button and just say, hey, learn about how to be a fast-track millionaire. Sow into the lives of others. That way, the people who are in your network, if you're influencing them to help be millionaires or to be millionaires, by the fact that you're in that group, they're going to influence you as well.
Absolutely.
So it's a way to pay it forward, but also strengthen your circle. So I want you to hit the share button above.
And don't forget that givers get and takers get taken. So don't be a taker. Don't be just a taker. Now you can be a receiver. That's different than a taker. But a taker is somebody who's always looking for what's in it for them. Givers get, but takers get taken. Don't forget that.
Now, as you're looking above the video, some of you just going to do the bare minimum. Somebody said, go out and give, and you just hit the share button. And we're telling you hit the Facebook share button. But there are always people who go above and beyond what is required. And the true formula for success is going above and beyond what's required of you. And so we're requiring you to hit the Facebook share button, but there's a Twitter share button right next to the Facebook share button. There's a LinkedIn share button right next to that button. There's a Pinterest share button. And some of you, you're ready to get on the fast track. The fast track to success, the fast track to greatness, the fast track to being a millionaire. And one of the key things that you can do right now is hit the share button above the video and share one reason why a person who is in your group should be watching right now. Just share one reason. Go ahead, hit the share button above the video, and if it was me, I'd go above and beyond. I would hit all the buttons.
The Twitter button?
the LinkedIn button,
the LinkedIn button, the Pinterest button,
the Google Plus button.
The Google Plus
I would hit
button.
all the buttons.
I would hit all the buttons and
click.
Just click. And a
click
shout out to Velton Shaw from down there in Florida, by the way.
Hey, Lord have mercy,
joining.
Florida is
Shout out to
today.
Barrett Matthews. He says, "Great to see you, Myron." Barrett Matthews, author.
Hey, Barrett, how are you, bro?
You know Barrett too?
I do know Barrett.
B. Matthews. By the way, look at that. Derek Fry, he posted a real selfie. That's a real selfie.
Derek Fry said he did a selfie. Barrett Matthews is with E2E Systems from Maryland. We moved from employee to entrepreneur. Ledney Chamberlain Smith is here. Ledney Smith from Tracy Lynn Fashion Jewelry from Philadelphia.
How are you? From Philadelphia.
She's from Philadelphia. Thanks for joining. Now, Trevor, I got an idea. Just an idea. Now, we do something, Trevor, we did this last week. Delatorre was here, sitting in your same spot. Sure. And we come up with something that we do, Trevor, tell you, called the Word of the Week.
Word of the Week.
And we said, take 2 or 3 minutes, and if we give you the Word of the Week, you would share what the word means to you, to those folks that are listening right there.
Okay.
And that'll be the Word of the Week.
Okay.
And so the Word of the Week.
Okay, what's the Word of the Week?
Okay, the Word of the Week is going to be millionaire. I'm just looking right behind us, by the way. You don't like that word?
I like the fast track.
Fast track. Okay, so the word of the week is fast track. Now, what we normally tell them first is what fast track means, and then you tell them some principles just around fast track. And folks out there that are listening right now, you're getting a sneak preview of this week's word of the week. So, Myron, I'm going to ask the question. The word of the week is fast track.
Word
I'm
of the
going to
week's
ask
fast
you
track.
to share with the audience out there that are listening what it means, why it's important, and how they can get on the fast track. He didn't know he was going to do this, ladies and gentlemen. He really didn't. However,
that's okay.
He is the Myron Golden.
Not a Myron.
And he can handle it.
I can hang.
So please share. Fast track, the word of the week.
Fast track, word of the week. And here's why that's important. Because most people don't understand how money works. And here's, if you're taking notes, write this down. Wealth has a need for speed. Wealth has a need for speed. A person can be poor slow and stay poor their entire life, but wealth has a need for speed. In fact, if you watch the series that I did just last week, one of the things I shared was the fact that wealth is measured more in time than in money. Okay, people think, well, wealth is measured in money. No, $1 million is, if you make $25,000 a year and you work for 40 years, you'll make $1 million in your lifetime and you'll still be broke. Why are you still broke? Not because you didn't make enough money, but because you made it too slowly. A person who makes $1 million a year is 40 times richer than a person who makes $1 million over 40 years. They're 40 times richer. A person who makes $1 million a month is 12 times richer than a person who makes $1 million a year. What's the difference? Is the difference the amount of money? No, the difference is the amount of time. Now, the beauty of that, one of the things I'm going to share with you a little bit later is this. And this was the first financial aha I ever had. This is back in 1999. This is like when the switch flipped for me, and it was this. It is easier to make a lot of money in a short period of time than it is to make a little bit of money over a long period of time. That's what fast track means to me. Now, I'm going to say it again because I know some of y'all want to take notes, and here it is. It is easier to make a lot of money in a short period of time than it is to make a little money over a long period of time. But most people opt to only make a little money over a long period of time. Now you say, Myron, what does that mean? That sounds good, but what does that mean? Okay, I was talking to a physicist one time on a plane, and I know I'm getting a little lengthy, but if you can bear with me for a second.
You got it.
I was talking to a physicist on the plane one time, and I love physics. I love to talk about science and stuff like that. A little weird, but that's me. Okay. So I asked him, I said, so to you, what is the most fascinating thing to you about physics? And here's what he said, that all principles are microcosms of each other. Now, I knew what he meant.
What, say that again now?
All principles are microcosms of each other. Now, I knew what he meant, but I asked him, well, what do you mean by that? Because I never want to
tell me, I'm curious.
He said, if you take a principle from one arena and you put it in another arena, it still has to be true. In fact, all of the great advancements that we've ever had in our entire society have happened because somebody who had experience with this thing over here brought that concept and put it in this thing over here. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about Steve Jobs bringing calligraphy to computers so the writing looks better and now you have the whole Mac world that was born, or if you're just talking about something else, the idea that you can borrow a principle from one area and then use it in another. So here's the illustration. Did you run track in high school?
Yes.
You did?
I ran 880.
Okay, you ran 880. Okay, I didn't run anything. I had polio as an infant. I've got a brace on my leg. I can't run. I've never run anywhere in my life. Okay. If you and I got in a race and we're going to do a mile race.
Okay.
Okay. You can run a mile, right?
Yes.
Okay. So on your mark, we're going to get in a race.
I'm ready.
You can run a mile. You can run a mile?
I'm ready. I can run a mile.
Okay. Now, but it wouldn't be fair for us to go the same distance because I have a brace and neither one of y'all have a brace.
Okay.
So I'll go 2 miles and you guys run 1 mile. Did I say it backwards?
Yeah.
That dyslexia kicks in every now and then. Okay, but that's okay. I can live with it. I already said it now. Now, who's going to win the race?
Of course I am.
The 2 of y'all are going to win the race.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I'm coming in what?
Last.
Dead last, unless what? Unless I'm on a bicycle and you guys are running. I didn't say I was going to run a mile. I said I was going to run a mile. I said I was going to go 2 miles. Now I really want you to get this. This is shifting your thinking.
Okay.
Okay. So I can win the race. I can go farther, faster, and use less energy. That's what fast tracking is. Watch this. I can give both of you guys a bike. We can get in a race. You guys go 2 miles. I can go 4 miles, and I can still win if what? I'm in a car. That's right. Now you're getting it. Okay. Okay. But I can give you guys the car, and we can race again. You guys go 50 miles. I go 100 miles. I can still win if I'm on a
plane.
If I'm on a plane.
Right. Okay.
My point is, you can always make up and leverage what you lack in ability.
Write that one down. Y'all might want to write that.
Say that one more time.
You can always make up and leverage what you lack in ability. And unfortunately, for most people financially, they never find any financial leverage. So they spend their whole life financially running as hard as they can, never catching up, running, never getting caught up, running, tired all the time, running, always broke, running. Why? Because they never find any financial leverage. And the reason they don't find any financial leverage is because somebody else is using them as their financial leverage. If you are only working a job, there's nothing wrong with having a job, but if you only have a job and you don't have a business, you are somebody else's leverage and you have none. It's time you get in the game. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Nothing that I say today is going to guarantee anybody any amount of money. I mean, I can't guarantee you're going to make any amount of money. I can't even guarantee that you're going to click share above the link. And sad but true, most people just can't be bothered to do the simplest things. And because people don't understand when you say share, click this button, they think, well, that's not that big of a deal. It's just sharing. They just want me to promote them. Okay, you're already promoted. People who think like that what they're missing is that they are practicing being a spectator in their own life and not being a participator. And I know the word is participant, but I'm going to make up my own word. Every word was made up by somebody. So they're practicing being a spectator instead of a participator. And here's the difference. Spectators pay to go to events, participators get paid to go to the same events. You need to find some leverage. That's how you fast track.
Whoa, so the word of the week is fast track. Thank you so much, Myron. We appreciate that. Wow. Well, the best is still yet to come. The best is still, that was just, I didn't know, Trevor didn't know he was going to do that. You didn't know he was going to do that.
That was the ultimate word of the week.
I'm going to tell you in just a few minutes, coming up, Trevor, and he's like,
you know we got to get started the right way, though.
I think he's on a plane. Okay, so we're gonna. I mean, because I must be still running. I run 4 marathons, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm now getting me a jet.
That's what's up.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go on fast track.
We're gonna get started. We're gonna officially get started. There's 4 words we do to officially get started.
Okay.
Which is, of course, it's a great day. But for those that listen out there, we're ready because in just a few minutes, get ready because Myron's gonna be coming up, and he's got a message I promise is going to change your life today. Okay, so on the count of 3.
Okay, who's doing the count this time?
I'm gonna do the count.
You don't know that Shay has no rhythm, but I digress. We'll see. Maybe he's watched a couple. He went to see the James Brown movie, so maybe he got some moves in it and got some beats.
Awesome movie, man. I didn't realize that James Brown was just like, James Brown was a hustler.
Oh, James Brown.
I mean, James Brown could get down. Forget the singing. I'm talking from a business perspective.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he could go. I appreciate the dedication. But here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's a great day.
I love that. I love that. We were right on target.
You're pro. You got some moves.
I'm ready to go.
Quick study.
So, Shay, before we get started, let me give you a couple of ground rules for those people. This is your first time joining into the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group. If you're watching for the first time, come on over to Virtual Networking Live. It's where we'll be fielding the questions for today's event. It's where you could have your questions answered real time. But Myron is going to say some things that are impactful. He's going to say some things that are going to change your mind. And you want to remember those things. And here's what I want you to do. Every time he says something that resonates with you, I want you to first type it into the private, the elusive, exclusive Facebook group. And then I want you to put hashtag Fast Track Millionaire. So I want you to, if he says something, it resonates with you, it steps on your toe, it hits you here, it psychologically resonated with you, I want you to type it into the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group, and at the end of your post, I want you to put hashtag Fast Track Millionaire. And then we want you to do it again. Because if it resonated with you, it may resonate with somebody else. So first you type it into the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group by going to virtualnetworkinglive.com. And then number 2, hit the share button above the video, the share button above the video, and type that same statement. All you gotta do is hit copy and hit the share button and hit what? Paste, and post it on your personal page. If it was beneficial for you, it's likely to be beneficial for somebody else. Now, why do we want you to do this? It's not about promoting. Here's what we know. The hand is a digital recorder for the mind. The hand is a digital recorder for the mind. You gotta learn how to program your mind. And if you don't believe me, close your eyes, draw a shape, and your mind will still be able to see the shape that your hand drew, even though your eyes were closed. So that teaches us that we can program our mind through pictures, through images, through writing. And so what we want you to do is to type it, to write it, because the hand is what? A digital recorder for the mind. And then not only are you programming yourself, but when you hit the share button and you share it out there, if you forget it, because sometimes we forget things, somebody else in your group will what? Inevitably remind you of it. So share it, not once, but share it what? Twice. Share it once in the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group by going to virtualnetworkinglive.com. Put the whatever he shared, whatever the statement was that resonated with you, put hashtag Fast Track Millionaire, and then share it again in the video or right above the video. Now, let's practice. Practice makes what? Perfect. So he just taught us some principles about how to be a fast track millionaire. Why don't you go ahead and type it once in the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group, and then share it again. Shay, what was one principle that he said that resonated with you?
Leverage. The power of being able to use leverage to get to where you want to get to faster versus taking time.
And what's a statement that you think that would be good for them to share out?
You can always make up in leverage what you lack in ability.
Okay. So there's one.
You can always make up
in leverage what you lack in ability.
What you lack. So someone type that up there.
Hashtag
right now.
Fast Track Millionaire.
Okay. So you can always make up in what?
In leverage.
In leverage.
What you lack in ability.
What you lack in ability. Go ahead and type that right now. Just type it right now and then put hashtag Fast Track Millionaire.
Now, what we're going to be doing is at the end, we're going to do something special for the #1 poster, the best note taker, the best learner, the best student. And what we're going to do is we're going to track that by we're going to do a search for hashtag Fast Track Millionaire, and it's going to show us all of your posts. And we're going to do something special for the #1 student today.
So I can't wait. Oh, all right. You want to be a student first. So with that being said, we're going to introduce the man of the hour, all the way from Tampa, Florida.
Yes, sir.
Gentleman who is not new to business. You've been in business how long now?
33 years, I think.
33 years. Now, for those that don't know who you are, I'm not going to read some long dissertation and so forth, but I'm going to give you the proper introduction because you've helped a number of folks get to where they're going to get to.
Yes, sir.
Tell them, those that are listening right now, before I introduce you, what's the #1 reason why they need to tune in like they've never tuned in before? They need to listen like they've never listened before. They need to watch with brand new eyes. What's the #1 reason?
So they can improve the quality of their life for the rest of their life, or better yet, so they can make the rest of their life the best of their life.
So with that being said, let's introduce none other than Myron Golden. He's done it for a number of folks, and he's going to do it for you as well. That being said, take it away when you finish. Of course, let us know. We're going to come back up here and we can't wait.
Fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right in the front taking notes. Get ready to take notes. You're in for the time of your life. Thanks a lot, Myron. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Trevor. All right. Wow. So I'm really excited for you because I've got some really great things for you. So I want you to take some notes and write down what resonates with you. And I'm going to teach you a different way of taking notes today. If you want to write down what I say, that's okay. But more importantly, don't just write down what I say, but write down what you think of as a result of what I say. So when I share an idea with you, if I share a concept, it's going to make you think of something. I want you to write that down because that's the thing that will change your life. So we're going to talk about Fast Track Millionaire. First thing you've got to do if you're going to be a Fast Track Millionaire is you've got to be action oriented. You've got to be a person that takes action. And it doesn't matter. People who take the most action at the end of the day, those are the people who create the most change in their own lives. So what I want you to do is I want you to create some change in your life by taking action. Nothing I share with you today is going to be magical. The magic is when you put it into practice. That's what will take your life to the next level. So I shared with you earlier that it is easier to make a lot of money in a short period of time than it is to make a little money over a long period of time. And what I mean by that is it's easier. I'm going to break it down into the numbers now, even though I understand this is not a guarantee by any stretch of imagination, and most of you probably won't do it. Hopefully some of you will. Hopefully some of you will be like one of my students, David, down in Texas, who 7 years ago his business was basically falling away, and now they do almost $10 million a year in revenue using the strategies I've shared with him. Maybe you'll be like that. Maybe you'll be like my little brother who was a downsized corporate executive who now has a business that does hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in revenue. I don't know. Maybe you'll be somebody who watches and feels good for a little while and then go home and then you'll finish watching television. I'm not sure. But if you'll take these principles seriously and go apply them, it's impossible for them not to work. Here we go. It is easier to make $1,000 an hour than it is to make $1,000 a month. It's easier to make $5,000 an hour than it is to make $5,000 a month. And I know you're having a hard time with that right now. That's okay. Just allow it to come in for right now. It's easier to make $5,000 an hour. It's easier to make a lot of money in a short period of time than it is to make a little money over a long period of time. Now, how do you do that? Well, you're not going to do that by selling your time. I find it fascinating that in the Bible, and I'm not going to preach to you, but it says in the Bible, redeeming the time because the days are evil. It's really fascinating to see what that really means. The word redeem there means to rescue from loss and to improve opportunity. That's what it means. That's what the word redeem means. To rescue from loss and improve opportunity. Isn't it interesting that the one who created everything said what we should do is we should use our money to buy our time, and instead what we do is we sell our time to get money? We do the exact opposite of the way it's set up and wonder why it doesn't work for us. Well, here's what will work for you. What will work for you is if you figure out how to leverage your time to multiply your income. You could do that through a teleconference like Shay was alluding to earlier. You can do it through a Google Hangout. You can do it through a membership site. You can do it through writing a book. You can do it through creating an app. And all of these things are things that I do and have done, and you can do those things as well. You don't need any special training. You stop waiting for somebody to give you permission to become an active participant in your own life. We know we are no longer in the industrial age where you need to have permission from the music studios to become a singer. All you need is a computer and some apps and some ability to sing or some ability to play music, and you can become a recording artist. Stop waiting for somebody to dub you as an author. The fact is, if you can type, and even if you can't type, you can still become an author. You can hire somebody to do the typing for you. There are no more excuses in the current age in which we live. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to, first of all, the first thing you've got to do if you're going to become a Fast Track Millionaire, the first thing you've got to do is you've got to allow yourself to accept it. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. What you have to do is you have to trick your mind. And I'm telling you what I did. Back in the day when I first got on this journey, you have to trick your mind. When I first got into entrepreneurship 28 years ago, or 33 years ago, I was awful. I was awful at selling. I was awful at building. I was awful at team building. I was awful at promoting. I was awful at all of it. And over at the process of time, I got better. Why? Because I didn't stop doing it because I was bad at it. I kept doing it over and over. And that's a principle, by the way. And here's how that principle works. It works like this. Repetitive use of a limited ability will always produce an increased capacity. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Repetitive, that means we're going to do it over and over again. Repetitive use of a limited ability, which means I'm not that good at it. But even though I'm not that good at it, I'm going to keep doing it. People say I'm not that good at computers. And people state that as if they can't ever be good at computers. Well, I'm not that good at selling. And they say it like they can't be good at selling. Well, I don't know how to write a book. And they say it like that's a state of being instead of just a statement of this time, this little snippet of time and space. You can't make excuses and say, I'm just not this, I'm just not that. Take your limited abilities and use it, and it'll get better. It's like this. When you work out, if you start doing push-ups, you may want to do 20 push-ups, but you can't do 20. Maybe you can only do 6. So you do 6 push-ups, and you're frustrated. You say, well, I can only do 6. I'm not doing push-ups anymore. Or you can say, I'm going to do 6 more later. And so you do 6. And then the next day you do 6. And the next day you do 6. And the next day all of a sudden you get down, you can do 35. You're like, where'd that come from? Repetitive use of a limited ability will always produce an increased capacity. If you're not good at selling, practice. Go out and get rejected a bunch of times, and better yet, learn some skills and then go out and improve, but constantly participate in the activities that are going to make you better. You say, well, I'm not that good at computers. Well, get on your computer every day and learn how to get better. So repetitive use of a limited ability will always produce an increased capacity. So don't allow the fact that where you are is limited right now to stop you from progressing. Okay, that's the first step. So I'm going to teach you how to trick your mind. Let's say the most you've ever made in a month is, I don't know, what do average people make a month? Trevor, Shay, what do they make, people who work jobs? 5,000 a month? Okay. Okay, so let's say 6. You said 6, and that reminds me of how I got back in 1999, my experience that woke me up to this concept. So let's say you're used to making $6,000 a month, and maybe it's a little less, maybe it's a little more. It doesn't matter what the number is. Just pick your number. Okay, whatever that amount is that you're making every month, I want you to start focusing on and talking about making, and this is the key word, only. I want you have to put the word only in front of it. Making only $6,000 today. I'm working on a project that should make me only $6,000 today. You have to put only in front of the amount. And I know this sounds weird. I know it sounds weird, but I'm telling you, this is how I tricked my brain to go from struggling to 6 and multiple 6 figures a month, and you can do the same thing. How do you do it? You put only in front of, I started putting only in front of 6 figures a month. People were wanting to make 6 figures a year, 10,000 a month. I started saying, well, yeah, I've got a couple of events this month. I'm only going to make probably, I don't know, 100, 150,000 this month. And when you do that, what happens is you're tricking your brain into thinking that what you used to think was a large sum of money is now a small sum of money. And I know that sounds like an oversimplification. It sounds airy-fairy. But here's what I found out. I found out that words have the ability to produce power. And here's the power that words have the ability to produce. Words have the ability to produce in human beings our greatest power. You say, Myron, what's our greatest power? The greatest power I believe that human beings have, the greatest power that we have is the power of expectation. That is our greatest power. Now, unfortunately, most of us have had our expectations programmed by those who don't have our best interest in mind. So when we learn how to intentionally program our expectations to produce the things we want in life, life begins to take on a whole new meaning. So one of the things that you can do is take something that right now you think is big, and it could be money, it could be an experience, it could be whatever, and put the word only in front of it, and before you know it, that thing that used to seem hard will seem easy because you tricked your brain into thinking that it was easy. Now you say, Myron, it can't be that simple, okay? Well, then maybe somebody else has a better idea. I've not found anything that works better than what I just shared with you. Now here's what happens. When you start putting only in front of numbers that you used to think were big numbers, it gives you the ability to see things that you could not see before. In other words, before you only saw $6,000 a month opportunities. But when you start putting only in front of $6,000 in a day, what happens is you now start seeing opportunities that would make $6,000 in a day. And I know that sounds like an oversimplification, but this is really how it works. Okay, I'm going to delve into something that I really am not going to go too deep into, but you've all heard of the law of attraction. Well, most people don't understand the concept of the law of attraction. They think it's magical. It's not magical. It just works with the technology that's already built into our minds. And I point at my head when I say mind, but our mind is really in every cell of our body. Our brain's in our head, our mind's in every cell of our body. But the law of attraction is a principle. It is real, but it doesn't work the way they told you it works. The reason they were telling you, oh, you got to have these good feelings, you got to feel good all the time. The reason they were telling you to do that is because we only do the things we feel like doing. Okay, I get a little sidetracked, but this is a good sidetrack to get off on. We only do the things we feel like doing. And what happens when I anticipate something in the future. You do realize we only have two times. We have the past and we have the future. The past is our experience. The future is our expectation. There's no such thing as present. Present really doesn't exist, because as soon as I say the word present, it instantly becomes the past. So everything that I'm really focused on in my life is in the future. Now, every day when I'm thinking about a future event, whether that future event is what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight, or whether that future event is a golf game that I'm going to have tomorrow, or whether that future event is an invention that I'm working on or a book that I'm writing, whenever I have that anticipation, the thought of that future event, I have one of two emotions that's tied to that. I either have anxiety, and anxiety brings apprehension, or I have anticipation, and anticipation brings joy. So, hopefully this is making sense to you. The reason you don't allow yourself to take action is because all of your negative programming in the past, and I'm talking about taking action towards becoming a millionaire, making six figures, or whatever it is your goal is you want to do, the reason you don't do that is because you've taken all of your past experiences, you've projected them on the screen of your future, you recreate the past and think you're living in the present. You say, well, this is the way it is. No, this is not the way it is. When most people say this is the way it is, what they really mean is this is the way it was, or this is the way it's always been. But what you have to learn how to do is you have to learn how to expect something new. So, when I'm expecting something that I want, and I'm really expecting that it's going to go this way, I'm like a kid on Christmas Eve who already saw the presents while their parents were wrapping it. I know what I'm getting. All I have to do is wait until that day. And so now what do I have? I've got energy. What is that energy called? It's called the joyful anticipation of the outcome I desire. That joyful anticipation of the outcome I desire, what it does is it gives me the ability to boldly take action in the direction of that thing that I want. But when I think I'm not going to get the thing that I want, it creates anxiety and apprehension. What does apprehension mean? Well, when they apprehend a criminal, that means they stopped him, they arrested him. And basically, our anxiety about a future event literally stops us from taking the action that could produce the event. Okay, here's what I mean. We need to learn how to replace the anxious apprehension of the outcome we don't want with the joyful anticipation of the outcome we do want. And if the outcome you want is wealth, you can't afford to allow yourself to think it's not possible for you, which means you're going to have to stop reading the newspaper and stop watching the news. You're going to have to stop listening to all the negative reports. You're going to have to stop waiting for the government to fix your problems. You're going to have to just say, you know what, this is going to work because I'm going to make it work. Excuse me, and anybody who's ever accomplished anything great, they accomplished it because their joyful anticipation of the outcome they desired overpowered all of the anxious apprehensions of everybody else in their space, and they produced that thing they wanted. So, now, that is the psychological part of how it works. So, when you think about the word attraction, if you write the word attraction, A-T-T, R-A-C-T-I-O-N, attraction, if you write that word down, and I don't mean type it, I want you to write it on a piece of paper. Attraction, A-T-T-R-A-C-T-I-O-N. When you write the word attraction, here's what I want you to do. I want you to cross out the second T in A-T-T. I want you to cross out the second T. I want you to cross out the R. And what do you have? You have two words. What are they? At action. And here's what I'm going to tell you. The law of attraction is really the law of at action. And what happens is when you have joyful anticipation for the outcome you desire, what it does is it gives you the ability to be at action, whereas previously you were at apprehension. So hopefully that helps you. That's the first gear. So let me give you the math of becoming a millionaire. I'm going to give you the math. And there are three different kinds of millionaires that we're going to talk about. The first one is what I call a virtual millionaire. A virtual millionaire is a person who has produced $1 million lifestyle without having $1 million. And by the way, that's the fastest track for you to become a millionaire. You could become a virtual millionaire in the next 6 months on the short end, 3 months really, but I'm going to say 6 so that you can believe it. Okay, so in the next 3 months, 6 months, you can become a virtual millionaire. Now, what's a virtual millionaire? A virtual millionaire is somebody who's produced $5,000 a month in passive income that they no longer have to work for. You say, why do you call that a virtual millionaire? Here's why. Because two things that are equal to the same thing are also equal to each other. I know I talk a lot of science principles, but that's how my mind works. So I'm going to say it again. Two things that are equal to the same thing are also equal to each other. So if you had $1 million invested at 6%, that $1 million would produce for you $60,000 a year in, I'm not doing anything, $60,000 a year in before I get out of bed income. Okay? So if you had $1 million invested at 6%, that $1 million would produce for you $60,000 a year in income. If you take $60,000 a year in income, you divide it by the month, how much is that? That's $5,000 a month in cash flow. So you build a business that makes you $5,000 a month. And you say, well, what kind of business is that? I'll tell you in a minute. It doesn't matter what kind of business it is right now. Just wrap your mind around what I'm telling you. This was the first step that I took back in, I don't know, back in 1999, 2000, whatever it was. The very first path to becoming a millionaire that I took was $5,000 a month passive cash flow. You create $5,000 a month passive cash flow, what happens? That's like having $1 million invested at 6%. Okay, that's the first one. So how can you do that? Let me tell you how to do that while I'm on it. There are many different ways. You could do it through real estate. You could have 10 houses or 10 buildings that you make $500 a month positive cash flow. Obviously, you're going to have to leverage a whole lot of debt in order to do that, but it would give you the passive cash flow of $5,000 a month, plus your tenants would be paying off your mortgage for you. That's a beautiful way to live. Okay. Number two, you could partner with businesses. One of the things that we do in our business is, if we find the right business that has the right amount of revenue, we allow them, when we do our consulting, we allow them to pay us and then give us part of their corporate revenue, pay us less than we charge, and then give us part of their corporate revenue in exchange, part of their ownership in exchange for our consulting service. Then we help them grow their business. It always fascinates me when I'm watching Shark Tank and people say, no, I'm not going to take that deal, it's not enough money, where they don't realize that half of $100 million is a whole lot more than 100% of $5 million. So anyway, that's a whole nother story. Wrap your mind around it later. Okay, so another way, a lot of you are involved in network marketing. I saw a lot of network marketers out there. You can build an income to $5,000 a month in network marketing in 5 months for sure. I mean, we've gone way beyond that back in our network marketing days in 4 months, $40,000 a month residual income. You can do that. So that's another way, network marketing. One of my favorite ways to do that is with a membership site. The beauty of this is it's so powerful. If you got a membership site and you only charge $25 a month, all you need is 200 members at $25 a month. And if you got good value, 200 members, $25 a month, you got $5,000 a month, you are a virtual millionaire. You have $1 million asset. That website is $1 million asset. Okay, that's number one. So the second kind of millionaire is a cash flow millionaire. What's a cash flow millionaire? Cash flow millionaire is somebody who makes $1 million a year. What's $1 million a year? What's it look like? Well, it looks like about $84,000 a month. $84,000 a month is fairly decent income in most parts of the world. How do you make $84,000 a month? Well, it all depends. But what I like to do is I like to create a product. If I can get, Shay, can I get you to give me these two books right here so I can give these folks an example? Thank you, sir. Thank you, I appreciate that. So this book right here is called From the Trash Man to the Cash Man, How Anyone Can Get Rich Starting From Anywhere. Okay, that book right there, I wrote it back in 2006. We've sold over 140,000 copies. This is a $20 book, From the Trash Man to the Cash Man. Many of you have read that book. If you have read it, just go ahead and type in, I've read Trash Man to Cash, or just said, I've read Myron's book, hashtag Trash Man to Cash Man. Go ahead and put that in there. That book right there has changed a lot of people's lives. Total game changer. We sold over 140,000 copies of that book. Now, I want you to think about this. How many $20 books do you have to sell to make $1 million a year? You think it'd be a lot, right? It's not that many. It's only 50,000. 50,000 books a year That's 100. You say, well, how do you sell 50,000 books a year? It's easy. You sell 1,000 a week. How do you sell 1,000 a week? It's easy. You sell 200 a day. How do you sell 200 a day? You get on television shows and on radio shows and on social media and on shows like this show I'm on right now. You say, hey, I've got this book, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not trying to sell you the book. I'm just telling you, this is one. You have a $200 book. Then what do? You take that $200 book and you turn that $20 book and turn it into a $200 home study course. Then you only have to sell 5,000 of those a year to make the same $1 million. Wow, that's pretty cool. So now I've just multiplied my income and divided my workload. That's why I say it's easier to make a lot of money than it is to make a little bit. My latest book is called Click and Order for Brick and Mortar, Online Strategies for Offline Market Domination. Any business that's not using both online and offline strategies together. I call it integrated marketing. I'm an integrated marketing consultant. What does that mean? That means I integrate online and offline to make business work better. I integrate sales and marketing. I integrate sales and advertising, all of it together to make business work better. We don't just optimize your lead flow, we optimize your customer conversion on the back end. So when you learn how to do those things, your business doesn't grow incrementally, your business grows exponentially. Exponential business growth is a beautiful thing. And literally, you can, if you have a business already and you've got some revenue, you can take that business into the stratosphere by hiring a business consultant. That business consultant doesn't have to be me, it can be whoever, just as long as they understand that you have to combine both, because both are way more powerful than either one by themselves. Nobody should have just an online business and nobody should have just an offline business. You've got to integrate. And I can think of friends of mine who are really big online marketers. I think of one of my good friends who lives here in this area, Dagan Smith, and I share with him some of my offline marketing strategy. He put together an offline event, and man, he got addicted to it. He's like, wow, I knew you could do all this great stuff online, but I didn't know you could do all this stuff offline. And then we've got other clients that we've shown how to do online strategies. I remember my brother Dwayne. He's the only guy in the world I knew that knew how to build a website back in the early 2000s. And I said, Dwayne, we can partner together. You can build the website. I know how to sell the stuff online, and we can make all this money. And his only idea of building a website was sitting down and writing code. He knew how to write HTML. And he had sold all these websites to these businesses, and it was a headache and a pain in the neck. He's like, look, man, if you want to learn how to build a website, do what I did. And back in those days, we used Microsoft Front Page. And we used Professor Teach's Microsoft Front Page to learn how to build a website. Okay? Trevor's back there saying, oh man, I remember those days. Professor Teach's Microsoft Front Page. My very first website I put on the internet in 2005. I put on the internet with Professor Teach's Microsoft Front Page. It was a one-page website, plain black words on plain white page. And guess what? That website the first month did $6,700 the first month in sales. I was shocked. I was like, you mean this money's out? So what I did was I started integrating online and offline together, and it made us millions of dollars, and it's made our students millions of dollars as well. So that's how you make $1 million a year. Then what you do is you take that $200 home study course from your book, and what you do is you turn it into a 2-day boot camp, and you sell that for $2,000. And this is how you multiply your income, divide your workload. You work less, you make more. This is how you become a millionaire. Now, it doesn't matter what business you're in. Every business needs to be in the business of education. If I was a real estate agent, if I sold real estate, I would be in the business of educating customers how to buy the house they want at the price they could afford. If I was a selling agent, I would write a book that taught people who wanted to sell a house how to sell your house in lightning-like speed at the price you want. So whatever business you're in, you have to be in the business of educating your consumer, because otherwise you are like every other salesperson in the world. You're out there just trying to sell them something, and you become a pesty salesperson. You don't want to be a pest. You want to be you don't just want to be their guest, you want to be their guru. You want to be their trusted advisor. How do you become a trusted advisor? You create content that teaches people how to accomplish the thing they want to accomplish, and then you share some of that with them for free, and you sell them the rest. That's how it works. My financial principles, this is my financial literacy book, from the trash man to the cash man. We've sold 140,000 copies of this book with a lifetime money back guarantee. We've had one returned. How's that possible? It's possible because the book is just that good. When you create content, the content has to be worth more than the price. Now, the third kind of millionaire is a liquid millionaire, and I'm not going to tell you how to get there, not right now, just because it would take too much time. But what you have to learn to do is you have to learn to get millionaire rates of return on your money. When you invest your money, you can't afford to get 3% a year. You have to learn how to get 3 to 30% a month. Then you can become a millionaire. And you say, well, nobody gets those kinds of returns. Okay, well, obviously there are lots of people who do get those kinds of returns, because there are lots of people who are creating wealth in what seems like overnight to everybody else. And part of the reason they do that is because they know not just where to invest their money, but how. I'm going to tell you this. What aspect of your life is really powerful? What aspect of your life is really powerful that you've given over complete control to somebody else? I want you to think about that. People want to be really powerful financially, and they don't want to know anything about their finances. How is it possible for you to be financially powerful and then you don't know anything about how money works? You don't know anything about how to get good rates of return, how to get the millionaire rates of return. You don't know anything about investing in the stock market. You don't know anything about investing in real estate. You don't know anything about investing in options. You don't know anything about trading. You don't know anything about the financial markets. How in the world are you ever going to become liquid millionaire? See, what most people don't get that when you get started on this journey and you're making a lot of money, it feels really good. And in the beginning, your income is the source of your net worth. It creates your net worth because it gives you the ability to buy all this stuff that you think you want. But see, once you transfer into that next level of wealth, you want those two things to trade places. So your income is no longer creates your net worth, but your net worth creates your income. So you own investments that kick off so much cash that income becomes nebulous, and the only thing you use income for is for buying more stuff that kicks off more revenue. Those concepts are in this book, From the Trash Man to the Cash Man. I'm not giving the book a plug. But this book I am going to give a plug. Click and Order for Brick and Mortar. Anybody who owns a business, who thinks they want to own a business, if you're in a home-based business, if you have a mom and pop store, if you've got a Fortune 500 company, I don't care what your business is, you apply the principles in this book, it is impossible for your business not to explode. Now, notice, I didn't say if you buy this book, your business is going to explode. I said if you apply the principles in this book, it is impossible for your business not to experience exponential growth. If you want to take it on another level, you can contact me about becoming your business consultant, and I'll sit down and look at your business, and then we'll strategically put together a step-by-step plan so that you can take your business over the top. The foreword was written by one of my clients whose business did last year $9.3 million in revenue. This year on track to do $10.7 million in revenue using the very strategies that I taught him and that I would happily teach you when you get to the point that you realize that it's not about, here's what people say, I can't afford it, I can't afford it. Here's what I can't afford it means. When I can't afford it means I am unwilling to get on the path. Because what you couldn't afford 10 years ago, you have now. So not being able to afford to do something right now doesn't mean you'll never be able to afford it. It just means when you say I can't afford it, what you're doing is you're shutting off your mind to getting on the path. And you've got to get on the path. You can't get to the destination until you get on the path. Now, you may not be one of my $20,000 a month consulting clients. Okay, that's fine. And you say, Myron, why did you say $20,000 a month? You know, I said it because that's what it is. You may not be one of those people, but that's okay. Because if you are willing to get on the path, it may start with a book. It may start with a home study course. It may start with getting to one of my seminars, like my 1 Year Millionaire Live in Tampa, Florida. It's a $1,297 seminar. It may start with you getting to that event. I don't know. But whatever it is, you need to get on the path. And it doesn't have to be with me. It could be with me. It could be with Shay and Trevor. It could be with so many people. Delatoro McNeil, he's got his FTX conference coming up next month in Tampa, Florida. And there are events that go on all over. People say, yeah, but you got to travel. Folks, get over it. The world is getting smaller and smaller, and you've got to become functional in this smaller world. You can't stay in one little town. I mean, you can. You really can stay in one little town. But not if you want to explode into the stratosphere. You got to be everywhere. And what I've done is I'm going to open it up for some questions, but I want to tell you about a special offer. Before I even tell you that, I'm going to tell you the most important skill. This is amazing to me. I'm going to tell you the most important skill. You want to be a millionaire. You're serious about fast tracking to millionaire. Here's what you got to do. You've got to learn how to sell. It's the most important skill in business. If you've got an aversion to selling, join the club. Most people do. Most people have an aversion to selling. And most people have an aversion to selling because they've never learned how to do it. Most people think that selling is talking people into buying stuff they don't want, don't need, and can't afford. That's not selling. That's manipulation. Don't try to force people to buy stuff. You don't even want to be all that promotional. You want to be good at selling. I'm going to tell you I'm going to give you my definition of selling. But you've got to learn how to sell. Here's why selling is important. Until you learn how to sell, you cannot create wealth, because wealth is created by selling. In fact, the richest, wisest man who ever lived, if he was alive today, he would be a multi-trillionaire. So I want you to think about that. By the way, a million is 1,000,000. A billion is 1,000 million. A trillion is 1,000 billion. And if this man were alive today, he would be a multi-trillionaire. And here's what he said. He said, if you have something good, you have a moral obligation to sell it to as many people as possible. I'm going to say that again. If you have something good, you have a moral obligation to sell it to as many people as possible. Shay was telling me earlier before he came on set, he was telling me about some of the cool stuff that they've done, that he and Trevor have done in some of their sales and some of their marketing. And you've heard of guerrilla marketing, right? Guerrilla marketing? Okay, that's what other people do. Shay and Trevor, I'm going to tell you what they do. They do King Kong marketing. Their stuff is beastly. It's crazy. I'm like, I love these guys. They get it. If you're not outselling, you are being outsold. So you got to get out there. You got to shake the money tree. You've got to get out there and you got to talk to some people about the stuff that you have to offer. Somebody said, if you whisper down a well about the things you have to sell, you'll not make as many golden dollars as one who screams $1,000. You got to get out there and make some noise about what you have to offer. Selling, though, is not talking people into buying something they don't want, don't need, and can't afford. Because if you sell like that, people are going to hate to see you coming. But if you sell the way I'm going to teach you how to sell, people will love to see you coming. They'll love to see you share what you have. I've had people come to my seminars and be mad at me because I didn't have any new stuff to sell them. That's the kind of selling you want to do. You want people coming, do you got anything new? Do you write any new books? Do you create any new audios? You got any new videos? That's the kind of selling you want to do. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to give you the Myron Golden definition of selling. Selling is uncovering the value of what you have to offer so well that people are happy. Oh, they're happy to exchange the money they have in their pocket for the value you've revealed. That's selling. Selling is uncovering the value of what you have to offer so well that people are belly laugh happy to exchange the money they have in their pocket for the value you've revealed. Selling, when you uncover enough value, you can't stop people from selling. I want you to understand, I'm not bragging. When I first started selling, I was awful. And my wife is here, she'll tell you, I got started selling insurance and investments in 1985. That was a long time ago. Wow, that was a long time ago. I got started selling life insurance and investments in now I sold cars before that. So I bought cars and sold them before that. So, but like business, like white collar business, I'm selling insurance and investments, financial instruments, securities license, insurance license, right? I was so bad. I was so awful that it took me 1.5 years to get my first paycheck, make my first sale. 1.5 years, 18 months. You say, Myron, why didn't you quit? Because I was learning two very valuable skills. I was learning how to repetitively use a limited ability, which made me better and increased my capacity. So that's the first thing I was learning. I was learning how to repetitively use a limited ability. The second thing I was learning how to stop working for money. See, I was doing the work and there was no money coming in. I was doing the work. I'd go out there and do presents. By the way, it didn't take me 1.5 years to make my first sale because I wasn't doing anything. I was out there I was talking to my friends, I was talking to family, I was knocking on doors, I was knocking on strangers' doors, I was talking to anybody I could find who would listen to me, and I made first year zip, zero, not, nada, nothing. Fortunately, I was doing it part-time, right? Next 6 months, still made nothing. And then I made that first sale. April of 1987, I made my first sale. You say, Myron, what happened in April of 1987? I made my first sale, and after that, it was like, selling's easy. Like, what? I had literally had a quantum leap. Now, I wasn't as good at selling then as I am now because I didn't understand it. Most people are not good at selling because they don't have the right selling mindset. They don't understand that salespeople bring more value into the world than any other profession. Salespeople bring more happiness into the world. I know you're thinking, no, they don't. Don't you argue with me. Yes, they do. Salespeople bring more happiness into the world than any other profession. You say, well, Myron, what do you mean by that? Salespeople bring more good in the world. I want everybody, what I want you to do, I'm going to put these books down for a second. What I want everybody to do, I want you to take out some money. And you can take out a $20 bill, or you can take out a credit card. You can take out a credit card, $20 bill, whatever. Take it out, and I want you to just look at it. Don't just sit there because I can't see you. Do it because you're becoming an active participant. See, Trevor's doing it right there. You're becoming an active. Shay's doing it right there. You're becoming an active participant in your own life. You're no longer waiting for something to happen. You're making it happen. So take out some money. And here's what I want you to understand. I want you to understand that the only reason any of us ever have any money in our pocket to do anything we want to do for ourselves or anybody we care about, the only reason is because somebody somewhere sold something to someone. And if that didn't happen, you wouldn't have any money. You say, no, Myron, you don't understand. I don't sell. I'm a truck driver. Doesn't matter. The only reason the trucking company has money to pay you is because they've got salespeople out there that are selling those jobs, so you got something to pick up, and they get paid, so they have some money to pay you. You say, no, Myron, you don't understand. I'm a secretary. The only reason your company has money to pay a secretary is because they hired salespeople to go out there and generate revenue and bring that revenue back into the company. People say, we're in Washington, D.C., right? So people say, no, you don't understand, Myron. I work for the government. The only reason the government has any money is because some business owner somewhere, that, by the way, the media is trying to get you to hate, okay? Business owner somewhere started a business, hired salespeople, went out there and sold stuff, generated revenue. Not only did that business owner give some of that money to the government, the business owner is forced to be a tax collector for the government by taking money out of your check and remitting it to the government. And the only reason the government ever has any money is because somebody somewhere hired some salespeople to go out and sell something to someone. Salespeople economically make the world go round. See, if you understand that, now when you go out and sell, you feel so powerful. Yeah, Trevor's raising the roof. That's what's up. Okay, because you understand, if you're out selling, now you got so much. Man, I'm making the world go. What you do? I'm making the world go round. Don't play with me. Okay. So you understand that. But I said also that salespeople bring more happiness into the world than any other profession. And I know what you're thinking, Myron, that's ridiculous. You've got people who are ministers, and you've got people who are singers, and people who are athletes. I don't care nothing about that. The people who bring the most happiness into the world are salespeople. And it doesn't matter if you just went out and bought a brand new suit. Remember how happy you felt? You looked in that mirror, you put that suit on the first time, you were so happy. In fact, you were so happy walking out of the store, I finally got it. In fact, you were so happy thinking about getting it. You had that money spent before you even got paid because you knew you were going to go down there, talk to that salesperson, give them some money, and then you were going to buy that thing. Remember how good you felt when you bought that new car? That brand new car, and you're looking at it, man, the only reason that happens is because there was somebody there to sell it to you. Remember how good you felt when you walked into your dream home that you had just bought? The only reason you were able to buy that house because somebody sold it to you. Salespeople bring more happiness into the world when they're selling an ice cream cone, when they're selling a meal. We might call them servers, but they're salespeople. Whether they're selling cars, houses, planes. Ladies, let me remember that last pair of shoes you got to go with them other couple hundred pair of shoes in your closet? Okay. Remember how happy you were when you got another pair of shoes to go join the family? Remember how happy you were? Guess what? That would not happen were it not for a salesperson. So what you need to do is you need to take pride in the fact that you have the opportunity to not just make the world a better place, make the economic world go round, but also to make people happier, to bring more joy into the world. Interesting story. I'm sure a lot of you have read parts of the Bible and you've heard me refer to the Bible. I make no bones about it. I don't apologize for it. If the Bible offends you, that's relatively unfortunate. This is where I'm coming from, and I'm not going to ask you to apologize for where you're coming from. I'm not going to apologize for where I'm coming from. So this is where I'm coming from. Anyway, there's a man in the Bible. His name was Joseph. In the Old Testament, Joseph is the #1 type of Christ in the Old Testament. By the way, selling is a principle that is eternal. It's not. I'm going to share something else with y'all in a minute. It's going to shake. It's going to turn your whole world upside down. For those of you who are too, but I'm spiritual. I'm going to help you with that. Okay. So Joseph, #1 type of Christ in the Old Testament. Here's what happened. Joseph made Pharaoh the wealthiest man in the world, and Joseph became the most powerful man in the world through selling. And here's what happened. Joseph came up with a plan. I'm not going to go into the details. Came up with a plan how to have food when the famine came. When the famine came, here's what it says. Joseph sold to all the people in the land. Then it says Joseph sold to all the people in the world. You want to get rich? Sell to all the people in your country, and then figure out a way to sell to all the people all over the world. Now, Joseph was a shrewd businessman. You say, how shrewd was he? Well, first he sold them food for money. When they ran out of money, he said, I'll tell you what. He said, give me your animals. They gave him the animals, and now he owned all the money and all the animals. Then they gave him the land. So he owned all the food, all the money, all the animals, all the land. Then the people said, we don't have any more animals, we don't have any more food, we don't have any more money, what do? He said, hey, why don't you just make us your slaves? And they sold themselves to Joseph, and Joseph owned all the people. Joseph was the most powerful man on earth. And I know some of you are thinking, no, Pharaoh's the most powerful man on earth. No, it says that Pharaoh looked at Joseph as a father. Joseph was the most powerful man on the planet, and he became that way through a selling strategy. Not only that, this is the way the world's set up. Even Jesus himself, when he saw something he wanted, he sold what he had so he could buy it. Jesus, what did he sell? I knew you were going to ask me that, but y'all know I came ready. Here's what it says, and if you want to go read Matthew chapter 13, it says, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who found a pearl of great price. By the way, that man that's talking about is Jesus. And when he found it, here's what he did. He went and sold all that he had, and he purchased because he sold what he had so he could buy what he wanted. Same thing. It says the same thing about a man found a treasure in a field. What did he do? He went and sold all that he had, so he purchased the field. That's talking about Jesus. He sold all that he had, purchased the field. Even Jesus, when he wanted something, sold what he had so he could get what he wanted. Now, I'm going to close on this. I know y'all are waiting for me to close, and y'all are thinking, man, when's this guy going to get done? I could talk for the rest of my natural life, and I know you believe that by now. Okay, here we go. Selling is a spiritual activity. Not only is selling a spiritual activity, but money is a spiritual concept. Now, I'm going to let that soak in for a minute, and I'm going to let y'all start disagreeing with me emotionally because of all the negative baggage that you have that's associated with money, because of all of the programming by the powers that be that want to keep you broke. So now, I'm going to say it again. Money is a spiritual concept, and selling is a spiritual activity. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, Myron, what does that mean? Well, I was watching Animal Planet on the way here, on the plane, because I like watching crocodiles eat stuff. It's just a fascinating thing to me. Well, what's really interesting, when a crocodile wants something to eat, it doesn't pay for it, it just takes it. It just goes and it gets a wildebeest and it just eats it. The wildebeest has no say. The wildebeest gets nothing out of the deal. Nothing. Okay, I'm going to behave as best I can. Okay, so the wildebeest doesn't get anything out of the deal. Human beings, if you've got something I want, I literally get to go and work and spend part of my life to earn some money. By the way, this piece of paper, this is called a U.S. Treasury note. In reality, it is worthless. It's fiat currency. It doesn't have anything backing it up in reality, but the value of it is not what's backing it up. Well, I shouldn't say it doesn't have anything backing it up. It does. It doesn't have anything tangible backing it up. It does have something backing it up. Here's what it has that's backing it up. Faith is backing it up. My faith that this $20 is worth $20 is what makes it worth $20. Not just mine, but mine and yours and all the people all over the world. That's what makes it. And by the way, that faith in what this represents is what makes it valuable. That's what makes it spiritual. Money is a spiritual concept. Now what we do is we put some words on here. By the way, language is a spiritual concept. Human beings are made in the image of God. I don't believe in evolution. You can believe in it if you want to, and that's fine. I'm not going to, whatever. People can believe whatever they want to believe. It doesn't matter. But I believe that people are made in the image of God, and God is a spirit, and language is how God created everything, and our ability to communicate with each other with language is what separates us from the animal kingdom. It's one of the things that separates us from the animal kingdom. Well, not only can we communicate with words out of our mouth verbally, but we can actually make symbols that other people can recognize, like a 20 and a 0 makes this worth $20. So now our faith in this and the language on this is what makes it valuable. That's a spiritual concept. And selling, the reason I say selling is a spiritual activity, because selling is always, it should always be a value for value exchange, not a you give me money for nothing exchange. It should always be value for value. And here's you really want to get good at selling. I'm going to give you how to get good at selling. I'm going to give you this is going to be it. Here it is. When the value is this big and the price is this big, they always buy. I'm going to say it again. When the value is this big and the price is this big, they always buy. All you have to do, people go, well, I'm going to lower my price. I'm going to lower my price. I'm going to have a sale. You don't have to lower your price and have a sale. All you got to do is throw in more value. So I want to give you some value right now. And really what I mean by that, I want to sell you some value. I've got some free stuff to give you too, and I'll give you that in a minute. I just have to figure out where I have it at. So, in fact, I know where I have it at. I've got something really free. I've got something free for everybody here. Everybody who's here, you're going to get a free gift from me. I created a video called The History and Mystery of Wealth. If you want to understand not just how money works now or how wealth is created now, but how wealth has been created in every economic era since the beginning of the world. So for the first couple thousand years the world was in existence, we were in the agricultural age. We went from the agricultural age in the mid-1700s to the industrial age. And from the industrial age, we went in the mid-1950s to the distribution age. From there, we went from the distribution age to the technology age and on, all the way up to the age we're at now, which I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to tell you, it's a video. You can have it for absolutely zero cost. That way, everybody who's here today, you get that video for free. It's called The History and Mystery of Wealth. All you have to do is go to MyronGolden.com. MyronGolden.com. Put your name and email address in the form. I'm going to send you that video. I'll send you some emails when I'm doing more trainings, et cetera, et cetera. So MyronGolden.com. Now, for those of you who are ready to take action now and not playing games, though you're serious about taking your life to the next level, for those of you who want to really take it to the next level and learn how to sell, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a course. I'm going to let you get a course that I created on selling. That course is called Sell Your Way to Wealth. It's 5 audios, 5 modules. You will have instant access to it today. You'll have it as soon as you pay for it. I usually sell it for $197. And no, that's the discounted price that I usually discount it down to. But I'm here with Shay and Trevor, and I said, you know what? I'm just meeting you folks. I like to give so much value that it's crazy, ridiculous, hideous. So that's what I'm going to do. Everybody who gets the program today, it's called Sell Your Way to Wealth. All you have to do is go to MyronGolden.com, click on special offer at the top. You get it for $97. You get all 5 audios for $97. I don't usually do that, but I'm going to do something crazy, stupid crazy. I'm going to also throw in both of my books, but I'm going to tell you now, you're not going to get the books. You're not going to get the books until the first week in September, because I'm out of town. And I'm hanging out with my family, and I'm not working, and I'm just chilling and doing things. So you're going to get both the Trash Man to Cash Man, from the Trash Man to the Cash Man, and Click and Order for Brick and Mortar. I'm going to throw in both of those books. And because this is for Trevor and Shay, and this is the only reason, I'm going to throw in 2 tickets to my 1-year Millionaire Live that we have in Tampa, Florida. I'm going to throw in 2 tickets for free so you can come and bring somebody else with you for $97. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal. You do the $97, one-time payment. I'm going to give you Click and Order for Brick and Mortar. I'm going to give you Trash Man to Cash Man. I'm going to give you 2 tickets to the 1-year Millionaire Live, and I'm going to do a special Q&A with you in September for only the people who participate in this offer right now. Now, here's the first. Here's what I'm going to do. I don't know, what number should I pick? The first 50 people that take this order. First 50 people that take this order, I'm going to give you a signed copy. I'm going to give you a signed copy of both of the books, and I'm going to throw in something special, unadvertised. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but it's a $97 value that I'm going to throw in for, should I tell them what it is? I'll tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you what it is. For the first 50 people, I'm going to throw in my Fastest Way to Your First Million DVD, where I actually teach you the principles that I talked about a little bit today, but I go into much more detail on all 3 of those millionaire formulas. I'm going to throw that DVD in for free. So here's what you're going to get. I'm going to tell you one more time. You go to MyronGolden.com, click on Special Order. When you click on Special Order and you pay the $97, I'm not even going to charge you for shipping for the books, because like Trevor said earlier, giving is how you do it. So I'm going to pay for the shipping. And by the way, it's going to cost me money to ship it to you. I'm going to ship them to you. But then You got 30 days to evaluate you got 30 days to evaluate. In fact, take 60 days. You got 60 days. Evaluate the course, read the books. You can even come to the 1 Year Millionaire Live, and after 60 days, if you want your money back, I'll give you all your money back, no questions asked, and you get to keep the bonuses, you get to keep both books, and you get to keep the tickets to the event. So I'm not worried about you not getting value out of it. When you learn how to sell, your life goes to the next level. You get good at selling. I'll tell you about some of the selling experiences I've had, which I use the very strategies that I'm going to teach you on this course. I remember some of you have heard of Loral Langemeier. Loral Langemeier is the Millionaire Maker. She's a brilliant entrepreneur, author, speaker, trainer, coach, brilliant. I went to her 3 Days to Cash workshop. And that's where an event where everybody in the audience is selling to everybody else in the audience. Well, I wanted to make it so that I was unique. So the very first sale that I made was Loral Langemeier. I sold her my book, From the Trash Man to the Cash Man. I said, Laurel, I have all of your books. I bought all of your books. And now it's your opportunity to buy my book, From the Trash Man to the Cash Man, How Anyone Can Get Rich Starting From Anywhere. She said, how much is the book? I said, it's $20. She said, will you take $15? I said, from you? Sure. She gave me $15. I sold her the book. Then we were all selling to each other. There were 240, 50 people in the room. We were broken into 4 groups, and we were competing. Each team was competing against the other teams. Not only did our team win the competition with $18,500 in sales, I personally sold more than all the other 250 people in there. I sold more than all the other groups. None of the other groups sold as much as I sold. I did $12,500 in sales in 3 days. Just sitting around talking to people about what I had to offer. Okay, that's one. Using the strategies that are in this course. So I wanted to see if it worked. Not just for me, because I'm Myron, I've got superpowers. Okay, I've got the golden touch. Okay, I wanted to see if it worked for other people. So I shared the sales principles with 2 of my best students. One of them was a man, one of them was a woman. The man's name is Paul. He lives in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, or in Pennsylvania. The woman's name is Tina. She lives in Maryland. She lives in Mitchellville, Maryland. I sent them to a workshop, the same workshop that was in Salt Lake City, Utah. They only had 30 people there. The woman, Tina Jenkins, she came in first place in sales at that competition, and the man came in second. She sold $8,000 worth of stuff. He sold $6,000 worth of stuff using the very sales skills that I taught them. One last sales story. See, when you learn how to sell, you can write your own ticket. So, Trash Man to Cash Man is my book. So what I did, I heard about this business guy who's had a business that was growing leaps and bounds, and I thought of this. I wanted to meet him because I wanted to see what he was doing. So while I was there, I made him an offer, and I offered him to sell him 100,000 of my books and 200,000 of my newspapers. I published a newspaper back then. This is back in 2008. I published a newspaper called Financial Freedom News. And I sold him the book and the newspaper, specially branded for his company. It was a $400,000 sale. I met the guy that morning. We had never met before. Did not try to pitch him on anything, just got to know him. And right 15 minutes before I left, I said, you know what I could do for you guys? I could blah, 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 blah. And it'd only be $400,000. And here's what he said. You'd do that for us? Now when you think about that, you're offering somebody, and they say, you do that for us? I said I would. He picked up the phone, he called his accounting department, because I told him it's half down, half on delivery. Bring me a check for $200,000. Do you want it made out to you or to your company? Oh, make it out to my company. And in 15 minutes, I made a $400,000 sale in 15 minutes using what? The skills that you're going to get in this course, Sell Your Way to Wealth. And like I said, order it if you sell cars. If you don't sell anything, you need to get in the game. But if you're already in a business, don't you find it fascinating that a person can spend $250,000, go to school, learn to become a doctor, and people teach them how to do all this cool stuff to the human body, and nobody teaches them how to get human bodies in there to do the cool stuff too? It's amazing. It's amazing. You go to school and you get a literary degree, learn how to write a literary work of art, and you get a Pulitzer Prize when people read it, and nobody teaches them how to sell the book. You've got to learn how to sell, no matter what business you are in. You need to become the CSO of your business. What's a CSO? Chief Selling Officer. And with that, go to MyronGolden.com, click on Special Order. Order your course on selling today. I'll get your book shipped out to you when I get back home. The first 50 people that order, you know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. first 50 nothing. Everybody who orders, I'm going to throw in fastest way to your first million. Go ahead and get it, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the 1 Year Millionaire Live. Shay, I'm going to turn it back over to you, brother. I hope I didn't go over time. I don't know.
Of course you didn't go over time.
That's what's up, brother.
The trash man to the cash man. To the cash man. I mean, you talk about amazing. You talk about the nuggets. I appreciated most the part on leverage.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate the most about people have to move fast.
Got to move fast. Money has a need for speed.
And of course, I have a deep appreciation for the sales. I always tell Trevor that all roads in business lead to a sales presentation. He's finally got that. I think Trevor's going to be a sales professional. I think when all is said and done, we're converting this marketing guy
to a sales guy.
To a sales guy.
That's what's up.
He's on his way. Ladies and gentlemen.
Sales and marketing are husband and wife. They're Batman and Robin. They're Kato and the Green Hornet.
Oh, no, it was amazing. I mean, hey, write your own tickets. With sales, you can write your own.
Write your own ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I thought it was amazing. I mean, you should have seen the post in the groups. I mean, matter of fact, I'm going to get my computer so we can just look at all of the people.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Why don't you run and get your computer while I just go to my pocket? Trevor, at some point, once he gets the iPhone, he'll be able to do what I'm doing right now. But right now, he's kind of struggling with that, ladies and gentlemen.
Lyndon Greer, he says, Chief Selling Officer. That is his big takeaway.
That's what's up, Lyndon.
With Wake Up Now.
That's what I'm talking about.
I like that.
He's out there hanging out with the Wake Up Now.
Wake up now, not later. Now.
Absolutely. Barrett Matthews said CSO, Chief Selling Officer. I like that.
Barrett, that's what's up, brother.
I ordered my Fast Track Millionaire.
That's what's up.
He's
Barrett,
right
you the man.
He's right there.
That's what's up.
Stevie said, Trevor don't have his mic on. That's even better. Stevie says, I have fallen in love with selling thanks today.
Thank you.
Millionaire. Nidra Owens Reddick said 3 types of millionaires. 1, the virtual millionaire. 2, the cash flow millionaire.
Attention.
And 3, the liquid millionaire.
That's what's up. Paying attention. That's what's up.
She's bucking for chief student, Shay.
That's what's up.
She's bucking for chief student.
No, she said I'm there. Linda Robinson said hashtag fast track to millionaire, book trash man to the cash man.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
What was your number 1 takeaway? I mean, we're interested in knowing what was your number 1 takeaway, and I want you to just hold that in your mind for just a second. Just hold in your mind, what was your number 1 takeaway? I want you to just hold on to that for a second. Just think about it. What does it mean for you? What are you going to do with it?
And by the way, I'm so looking forward to you coming to Tampa and hanging out with me. By the way, if you're wondering, when is the 1 Year Millionaire Live?
Yeah,
we do one every month. We're going to do one, well, not December, September, October, and November. So you can pick one, and then we'll do one again in January, February. So you can pick one. Don't worry about, well, when's it going to be? You'll be well informed.
Oh, well, I can't wait till you get there. Trezzy Smith, did I get that right? Says, become the CSO, Chief Selling Officer.
Chief Selling Officer.
Myron Golden. Hashtag, then Trevor, they're using the hashtag Fast Track Millionaire.
So what we want them to do, Shay, is I want you to click the button above the video, and share your number 1 takeaway. And at the end, put hashtag Fast Track Millionaire. What was your number 1 takeaway? And remember that your big takeaway could be somebody else's big breakthrough. So go ahead and share your big takeaway. Share it. Go ahead and hit the share button above the video.
Derek L. Fry said, I'm like a kid on Christmas Eve. Hashtag Fast Track Millionaire.
That's what's up.
Fast Track
that
Millionaire.
joyful anticipation. I feel you, Derek.
Now, what's the name of that conference? One more time.
1 Year Millionaire Live.
So I get to come to the 1 Year Millionaire Live.
And bring somebody.
I get to, you
get 2 tickets.
It's a BOGO.
That's right.
Get one free. Okay. I get the books.
Both books.
Autograph.
And these are real books. I mean, I have them in my hand.
The first 10 people are going to get autographed.
Oh, the first 10 people. So you got to get.
But here's the other deal.
What's the site?
MyronGolden.com.
Okay, let's put that down below. Myron
Click on
Golden.
special offer.
Whoa, this is good stuff. The magnet money machine.
Yeah,
Whoa.
there's 5 machines. That right there, that's total game changer right there, brother. But what I want you to understand, bring your book with you to the 1 Year Millionaire Live, and I'll sign all of them.
What?
Yeah, bring them with you.
Yeah, brother. So they can literally buy some for their team. Like they can go out there and buy like 20 books and just say, "Hey, Myron, I bought my books," and you said you would sign them all.
Well, they can buy them there. They can buy them. They can buy 20 books when they get there. Get the package right now. They bring the book with them when they come. I'll sign the book. We're gonna spend some time. I want to get to know you because I want to hang out with my people.
I mean, this is pretty cool. I mean, just look at that. I mean, that thing looks amazing. Let it click in order.
Click in order.
Click in order for brick and mortar.
You see the camera guy say, "Trevor, back up."
What is this? I can't read the whole book, but it says poor people are technophobic?
Technophobic, yes,
Explain
sir.
that if you can for just a
They're
minute.
afraid of technology. They say, well, I don't know how to use a computer. I don't know how to use a phone. I don't know how to use YouTube. I don't know how to use eBay. I don't know. Well, learn. I didn't know how to use any of it. And by the way, every day that you wait to get started learning technology, you're getting farther and farther behind. Those of us who do this stuff every day, it changes so fast. We have to constantly be learning.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yep.
I mean,
absolutely.
I spend at least 3 or 4 hours a day just learning whatever it takes for my business to make my business work.
Hey, look at this one, Shay. Click by click, brick by brick.
Click by click and brick by brick, brother.
Man, this is definitely the must-have book of the year.
And it really is. Now this book, we've sold way more because this book is brand new. We sold it. This book is the best book I've ever written. Click and Order for Brick and Mortar is the best book I've ever written. So for those of you who read Trash Man and Cash Man already, you know how good that was. This book for business owners, total game changer.
Wow.
So we get to come to the One Year Millionaire Live. We get the autographed books, the first 10 people.
First 10 people.
Right, and then you get to bring your book with you and get it autographed to everybody. And you're going to get, I'm going to throw in the Fastest Way to Your First Million DVD for free for everybody. And the 2 tickets to 1 Year Millionaire. Oh, and the audio course, the selling course. That's the most, you got to get the selling course. You got to learn how to sell.
You and I were thinking.
He's converting.
We right here, bro.
Look at Lyndon Greer. He's like, salespeople bring happiness into the world.
That's what's up.
He made his day. He's like, I bring happiness into the world.
More happiness than any other profession.
You bring happiness into the world. You changed his life.
But it's the truth. Think about it. I mean, it's the truth. That's the reality of it.
I can't wait. And someone said wealth has a need for speed.
Wealth has a need for speed. Hashtag fast track millionaire.
And they wonder what that free gift's going to be. They're like, Trevor.
Look at all these chief selling officers. He created a new career. He got about 50.
I'm the CSO of my business. Don't play with me.
I like that. I like that.
I'm hitting up on the spot too. Was that cool?
CSO, Chief Selling Officer.
And Linda Robbins said, thank you so much, Myron. This was
Linda, you're
worth
welcome.
me staying.
Linda, you're welcome.
For my lunch break to hear you.
Thank you.
Linda, we're gonna wish for you that you can take all the lunch breaks you feel and take as long as you feel like it, because you are now the chief selling officer.
And hopefully one of these days you guys are gonna get to take the perfect vacation. Now here's what the perfect vacation is. It starts when you say it's going to start, and it ends when you want it to be over.
Now, this is the perfect example of what it really means to take action, to be on the fast track. See, remember Candace Camille, the person who has the bed and breakfast? She's already a successful entrepreneur. She runs one of the top bed and breakfasts in the Fort Washington, Maryland area.
That's what's up.
As successful as she is, she says, I ordered mine.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just
go, Candace.
We'll see you at 1 Year Millionaire Live.
Your business will never be the same. Since when you read Click and Order for Brick and Mortar, it goes to another level.
I mean, I can't wait. And Sandra.
And as Matthew said, I ordered mine. I got mine.
Barrett's the man anyway. Barrett already knows he's the man. Quit tripping, Barrett.
Sandra, selling is a spiritual activity. Money is a spiritual concept. Hashtag Fast Track Millionaire.
That's what's up. But that is the reality. And I know people don't talk like that. And everybody's trying to be politically correct. Be who you are. Here's what's fascinating.
What's fascinating?
That we go through life and we wear our feelings on our sleeve. We need everybody to agree with us in order for us to go in a certain direction. I'm not offended by people who believe in evolution. I'm not offended by people who believe in something that I'm not for. I'm not offended by people who believe in big government and are anti-entrepreneurship. If I need somebody else to validate my belief, I don't really believe it anyway.
And so one other thing I'd like to do is, Myron, we have what we call a virtual applause system.
Virtual applause?
Virtual applause.
And Sandra Cheney says real quick, I have ordered mine. Look forward to seeing you in Tampa.
I can't wait.
This was a game changer for me. Hashtag Fast Track Millionaire.
Fast track. So if Myron resonated with you, if what he shared was life-changing for you, here's what I want you to do. He needs to hear from you. How can he hear from you? By giving the virtual applause. How do you give a virtual applause? Look above the video. Look above the video.
Look above the video.
All we want you to do is first hit the like button.
Hit the like button. You gotta like it.
Yeah, if you really liked him, hit the share button and share what you liked about him. If you really, really liked him, hit the Twitter button and share what you liked about him. If you really liked them,
come on
hit
now.
the LinkedIn button. Now, if you really liked them, hit the Google Plus button.
Google Plus up in there.
If you just loved them, hit all of the buttons above the video.
One of them.
But go ahead and do it right now. once again, what's the link that they can go to right now to take advantage of this super offer, which is only for the people that are taking action when, now, and right now inside of the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group. Take the action now.
That. Absolutely. www.myrongolden.com. Two things there. Number one, the free video, History and Mystery of Wealth. Put your name and email address in the form. Number two, you want to get the special offer. Click the special offer button at the top of the page, and it'll take you to the page where you can check out. $97. You learn how to sell from. And I'm not the greatest salesman in the world, but I'm so close to the top. And I'm not bragging. I'm just telling the truth. And I don't say that. I really don't say that as a way of patting myself on the back. I've spent so many hundreds of hours learning about selling and implementing what I learned. That's what makes me great at selling. Because when I told you when I first got started, I was awful. But what? Repetitive use of a limited ability will always produce an increased capacity.
That's right. Write that down. You should hit share and write that down again. I mean, just say that one more time, because somebody's like, what did they say? What did they say?
Repetitive use of a limited ability will always produce an increased capacity.
Folks, you guys have been in business church. Y'all been in business church. You know, you can go ahead and say amen. I mean, it's been one of those amazing events. Go ahead and hit the share button above the video and go ahead and take action. Remember, you got to go out and you got to invest in yourself at the level at which you expect results. You got to invest in your business at the level at which you expect results.
Yes.
What type of results are you expecting for your life? What kind of results are you expecting today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, 10 years from now? What kind of results do you want to produce for you, your family, your loved ones, the people in your sphere of influence? Invest in yourself at the level at which you expect results. Invest in your business at the level at which you expect results. You want big results? You need a big investment.
That's what's up.
What are you willing to invest? You want to invest your time? No problem. You're not getting the results. You want to invest your focus? No problem. You're not getting the results. You want to invest your resources? No problem. You're not getting the results.
That's what's up.
So when you don't get the results, don't get angry. Just say, hey, I didn't invest in myself at the level at which I expect the results, so the results that I have are commensurate with the investment that I put in.
That's it. That's it. Shame on us. Shame on us if we've got more money on our feet than we've got in our head. What do I mean by that? If your shoe closet is bigger than your success library, something's wrong. If you spent more money on shoes than you have on your mind, more money on clothes, more money on a car than you have on your mind, I don't know. You probably don't get it yet.
You know,
but I know that's not you. You're ready to take it to another level.
Yeah. And I know that there's some people out there right now, I mean, you're really working hard, and I'm not knocking working hard. But folks, there is a difference between overtime and overdrive. Overtime equals more work. Overdrive equals more power.
Well,
sometimes you need more power. You need to take this course. You need the 1 year Millionaire Live experience.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, you need it.
You've never been to anything like it in your life, I guarantee.
Right. It's power, folks. It's power. Remember we were talking about the race? We were going to run. He had the bike. Then he gave us the bike, and he got in the car. He gave us the car, and he got in the jet.
You can always make up and leverage what you lack in ability. This is leverage. Learning is leverage. Connections are leverage.
Folks, it's time to shift into overdrive. Hit the button. How do you hit the button? Go on over to MyronGolden.com, fill out the information, and then do what? Hit the button. I mean, how simple is that? If somebody told you that the key to your success, the key to putting your finances on the fast track was as simple as clicking a button, would you do it? Of course you would. Well, I'm telling you, the key to your success, the key to fast tracking your success, the key to putting your finances on the fast track is as simple as clicking a button. Go on over right now to MyronGolden.com and do what? Click the doggone button. Click the button. Here's what's going to happen. One day, somebody's going to come up to you and they're going to say, how did you become a millionaire? I mean, what did you do? I mean, how did you become a success? And here's what I want you to tell them. I clicked the button. Well, I click the button. They'll be like, I didn't hear you. I clicked the button.
That's what's
and then
up.
you can tell them it's a fast track thing. You wouldn't understand. Tell them come on over to OneYearMillionaireLive.com. Go on right now. So going over to MyronGolden.com.
MyronGolden.com.
Fill out the information. Click the link in. By the way, there may be something special for those people taking action. Can't tell you about it, but I would go ahead and click the button. Just Trevor speaking. I would click the button.
And Trevor, I just acknowledge 2 more folks. I know we're bringing it down to home stretch, ladies and gentlemen, but I will mention those folks that have taken time. Bo Josie put all principles are
microcosms of each other.
Microcosms of each other. A principle that works in one place will work everywhere else. This is powerful. Thank you, Shay, Trevor, and Myron. Myron, I follow you on Twitter.
My man.
Hashtag Fast Track Millionaire.
That's what's up.
Okay, so here's what's happening. Lyndon, we just got your message. Lyndon was trying to go out and buy the product, and some of you are experiencing right now a little bit of problems trying to get on. That's because so many people are hitting it at the same time.
Just take your time. It's going to be there all day.
Yeah, just going back over to MyronGolden.com. Lyndon, we guarantee you that if you don't get through, we will get you in. You just put in the message and say, hey, I need to get in. We got you.
Right.
So LG said, I'm trying to buy. It's forgetting. Listen, the servers are actually being overrun, and that's a good thing. It's a good problem to have.
Now, here's the other thing. When you click the button, and if it doesn't go through and you go back in, it's going to add another one. You have to clear your cart. So just understand how to use the shopping cart. You have to clear your cart and start over. So, and that's okay. I got you. Got you.
Lyndon, he got you. Post some information in the group. Tag him. We're gonna make sure that you get in there.
And
Nidra, she took action. Nidra Owen Smith, she took action.
And a shout out to Rose Walker. Rose Walker said, "My number one takeaway: wealth has a need for speed. Chief Sales Officer. Hashtag flashback. I remember introducing Myron at the MLM event in 2009 in Fort Lauderdale at Mega Church. He brought about 100 books and put them on the table. Hashtag confession. I remember thinking, who's going to buy all those books? He sold all those books in less than 30 minutes. The man is amazing. Love, love, love. Miss Raw speaks.
She admitted.
Thank you.
She admitted.
Thank you all that are
Thank you, Rose.
that are participating. I know Trevor appreciates it. Myron appreciates it.
And it's Franz Condi. Yeah, Franz. Yeah, that's how I always mispronounce his name. Franz Condi. He's the number1 supporter. He says, "Listen, y'all know I'm on it. I'll be there. I'm going to support."
My man.
All right.
Derek Frost said, "I'm earning my MBA master bank account. Hashtag Fast Track Millionaire." Jennifer Hyman says, "If your shoe closet is bigger than your success library, something
is missing.
Is wrong.
Something's wrong.
Well, that's
wrong with that. Something's wrong. That's what probably what I said.
She said something is wrong.
That's what's up.
I believe what you wrote down.
And Mr. Motivator Satchel said,
Satchel.
He said, "I've sold cases of Trash Man to the Cash Man."
It is what it is. and he, that's a successful brother. That's a successful brother.
Hey, listen, Coco Jackson says, "I just got my MBA master bank account from Myron. Yay.
That's what's up, Coco. Keep on doing what you're doing, girl.
All right. I mean, they are out there. Hey, Sandra says, "I just ordered mine.
Go, Sandra.
I'll see you in Tampa." This was a game changer.
That's what I'm talking about.
So for all those out there that are on the fence right now, if you're thinking, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and take action. The universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't. Go ahead and put the $97 up. Just go ahead and do it right now. Worst case scenario is you show up and, as he said, you have 100% money back guaranteed. It's just not yours. And you say, "Myron, it just wasn't for me." And Myron, you give them their money back. You got 60 days.
60 days.
Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, you put your $97 up. You get your books. You take one idea, you implement it. And how many sales do you need to recoup $97? Probably most of you is like one sale. This becomes the most profitable investment you've ever made.
Absolutely.
So take the action now. MyronGolden.com.
And D.W. Gilmer said, $400,000 in sales in 15 minutes. Make the check to your company. I need to have that conversation with a client. D.W. Gilmer, I agree. We'll see you at 1 Year Millionaire Live. Go and get your ticket right now. Matter of fact,
MyronGolden.com. Special order.
I'm going to be looking for DW. I'm going to go over to the shopping cart and I'm going to go look for your name.
You know what we should do? You know what we should do? Let's look at your schedule.
Jennifer Hyman says, "I clicked the
both
button."
of you guys should come speak at my next 1 Year Millionaire Live.
Okay, we're there. Shay, whatever was on the calendar, It's off.
Trevor always gets excited about the gentleman excited. We, this is not our first rodeo. It's an honor and a privilege, sir. It is indeed an honor and a privilege. If I must go to Tampa and leave Washington, D.C. in the fall time, if I'm forced to do that, I'm going to be there. And most importantly, I hope to see you there as well. Jennifer Hyman says,
Shay,
I clicked the buttons. It's a fast track thing.
Right.
That's what's up.
And Bob Churchwell, we know Bob. Bob said,
Bob showed up.
He said, I bought the package.
That's
Bob
what's up.
Bob is local, it's right here in the DMV. You got the package. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Now, for those that are still on the fence, it's still up right now. Now, when that thing comes in, Myron Golden, what's it again?
MyronGolden.com.
And they click to where?
You click special offer.
Now, when they click that, when they fill it out,
it's going to take you to your shopping cart. And what happens is it's going to take you. It's everything secure. We got an SSL.
The credit card secure.
Everything's encrypted.
There'll be no problems.
No problems whatsoever.
Okay. So
the next thing you need to understand is it's going to take you to a page where you can create your login, because you access all of these trainings online. But there's also a download button on each audio, so you can put it on your iPhone, put it on your Android, whatever.
Oh,
so
cool.
you just view it right on. You can watch it on your computer or download it. You log into the members area of my own personal website, and that training is on there for you.
And let's give a shout out to Heather Piedmont. She's out there in Rhode Island, marketing specialist, ad copy specialist, out there hanging with us. And I'm gonna call a few people. Stevie Mills, we want to see you at the 1 Year Millionaire Live Conference. I want to see you there, Stevie. Stevie, you've been with us. I want to see you at the 1 Year Millionaire Live Conference. CC Caldwell Miller, I want to see you. Shay, you got to call some people out. Who do you want to see there? Who do you want to see there, Shay?
Rob Domingo.
Yeah, I was just going. I was just open.
Rob, son, what's up, brother?
This is what I learned from my mentor and friend. He calls you a friend. I guess you guys know each other. Myron.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome nuggets. Take action now to leverage your time to earn more money. No more excuses to be who you want to be. Practice, practice, practice. Produce progress. Oh, he's fired. I mean, he got pages of notes.
That's what I'm talking about.
I like this. Become the chief. I like that. I like that, don't you? Become the chief selling officer. Sales brings happiness to the world. Now I like that.
And Stevie agrees to it. Here's what Stevie said. She said she agrees that sales brings happiness to the world. She says, as a matter of fact, somebody sold me these shoes that were really cute, and they made me very happy. I'm gonna post
a picture of a shoe. She posted in the group her happy shoe.
She said, I agree. Somebody sold this to me, and I'm very happy. See, folks, go out there and make somebody else happy. Sell them something.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love it. This has been a lot of fun. One of the things I enjoy most about you stopping by is you said, one, you're going to provide value.
Yes, sir.
And secondly, the folks are going to have fun. When they show up at your event in Tampa,
they have never had so much fun.
Is this a stuffy, they got to sit around and watch you click some PowerPoint all day? Is this an interactive experience?
It is an experiential workshop.
What now?
Experiential workshop.
Now define that a little bit for the folks
that means you're going to experience,
tickets to come down there.
Experience the change. I'm not about me sitting there talking to you. You're going to get in the game. We even have sales contests in the middle of the event.
Wow.
Oh, it's crazy.
Whoa. Y'all have sales contests?
In the middle of the event.
So I get to sell you something?
Bro,
no, you got to be there.
I'm not going to give it away.
You got to be there. But it is fun.
It's so much fun.
They get a chance to network with other folks who are there.
Absolutely. And you will get more ideas about how to grow your business if you already have one, or how to start a business if you don't have one that you've ever gotten in your life, and then go implement.
And you're going to sign their books there. For those that bring their books there,
bring your book.
You promise to sign it.
Not only I'm not just going to sign my name, I'm going to sign something special to you.
Now, one last thing, you're going to be there.
I'm gonna be there.
So it's not a video. It's not a video of you.
I'm not gonna be a video.
Like you're gonna really be there.
No, I'm gonna be at the event with you
and teaching. So they're gonna hear from you. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is really cool.
And you.
There's special guests gonna be there. I heard there's some special, really special guests.
There'll be a marketing expert there, an automation expert.
Those marketing folks will not have a job. Those marketing folks will not have a job. Trevor, thank me later. Sales is gonna make sure Trevor and his folks keep jobs out there. We're gonna make sure we do that.
Just remember that marketing gets the conversation started.
That's right. That's right.
Without marketing, you have nothing to sell.
Sales are the special folks. Without marketing, we still go in. We do it anyway. They drop us in. Where's marketing? We don't know. We're already there. Yeah, that's right. We special forces. We're already there. By the time they get there, we're like, we don't need that stuff. Matter of fact, they actually come over to us, Myron, and say, Can you please tell us what they need? Because why did they buy again? Because whatever it is they bought, we need to create more or whatever they just did.
Absolutely.
But in all seriousness, it's going to be fun in Tampa. Now, where's the location in Tampa?
We'll have it at a local hotel.
Okay,
in Tampa.
so it's going to be a local hotel.
I'll get all the details to you. I'll get all the details to you. No worries.
So
Nothing.
It's going to be a local hotel. So go to MyronGolden.com. Just, and matter of fact, if you didn't go there because you're like, well, I wasn't going to buy anything, don't worry about it. Go there anyway. Like just go look.
Go get the free gift.
Matter of fact,
get the free
just
video.
go look and see what he's talking about and download. Just make sure it works. Like I'll put my information in just to make sure it works.
King Kong marketing. These guys.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Gorilla?
Look,
that's old school.
Myron just popped up. We had no idea this was going to happen just a couple days ago.
Gorilla, King Kong. What?
Oh man, it's been fun. Hey folks, we want to thank you for showing up, and
absolutely.
We have a couple more small things we want to do for you, but one, this is the time where we want to facilitate networking amongst the people that are in the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group. If you're here now, come on over to Virtual Networking Live because it's time for the virtual networking. And Shay, see now we have, it's kind of like our superhero series, and when you hear the words, you got to kind of do the move. You got to kind of do the move. It's sort of like Gladys Knight and the Pips, okay? But Shay, do you know what time it is, Shay?
I always wanted to be a Pip.
Yeah, me too. I always want to be a Pip too, especially for Gladys. And a whole lot of us want to be Pips. So it is now
I've
time.
lost total control. They get a camera, they get a few folks, a couple thousand of you listening, and they think they're at the improv. They're practicing like they're at the improv, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you this is a very professional event. These are good folks here. They have a lot of knowledge, and you're going to learn a lot.
All right, Shay. It's now time for our social media flash mob.
Well, you were
I didn't know the move.
See, a little bit late.
I didn't know the move. I was just
Myron's not watched enough, but he's going to get this thing. So we say social media, you got to go flash. You got to like
media.
Flash mob. Okay, so you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Social media flash mob. There you go. There you go.
For those, if it's your first time, our social media
like Myron. This is Myron's first time. He really has to pay attention to what Trevor's going to say.
Our social media flash mob is the opportunity that we use to facilitate networking, to facilitate you generating followers for your different businesses, organizations, and mission. And so here's what we want you to do. At this time, we want you to come into the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group that you can get to by going to virtualnetworkinglive.com. And what we want you to do is post your first name, post your last name, tell us where you're from, and then post the link to your Facebook fan page or business page. Post the first name, last name. Post the link to your Facebook fan page or business page. Now, I'm going to give you some very detailed instructions, so pay close attention. Now, here's what we want you to do. When you put the link in for your Facebook fan page or business page, we're going to give you a minute to do that. And everybody post their information. First name, last name, where you're from, so we know who we're connecting to and where you're from, but also post the link to your Facebook fan page or business page. Now, for some of you, you're going to get it right the first time, and others of you, you're going to see others getting it right, and then you're going to go do what I'm telling you to do now. My Facebook fan page is www.facebook.com/Trevor Otts. And if I was to post that into the private Facebook group, it would show up and that would be fine, but it wouldn't show up the right way. So I want you to put your link in, www.facebook.com/Trevor Otts, for example, for me. And after you put the link in, hit the space bar. Hit the space bar and allow about 2 seconds to go by, and then hit post. Here's what will happen. When you hit the space bar, it's a command to Facebook to go to the link that you posted, go out there and pull in the image of that link so that other people in the group who are trying to connect to you, all they have to do is hit the like button. And so if you see somebody's image and all you do is you see the image and it's really pretty and all you gotta do is click the like button and you've already become a part of their community, they did it right. So here's what we want you to do. We're gonna give everybody 1 minute, 30 seconds are already gone. Post your first name, post your last name, tell us where you're from. Tell us where you're from, and then post the link to your Facebook fan page or business page. That's www, for example, facebook.com/Trevor Otts. Hit the what? Space bar. Hit the space bar. And when you hit the space bar, wait about 2 seconds and then hit post. Now we're going to give you about 1 minute to do that. You now got about 15 seconds. Now, after everybody has posted, their Facebook fan page or business page, it's now time for you to connect to other people around the world. I like what Myron said, figure out how to sell in your own country and then figure out how to take it to the world. Well, this is worldwide networking. This is worldwide virtual networking. And what we want you to do is go out for 2 minutes. We're going to give Myron 2 minutes to kind of give us some power closing tips. And while he's giving us some power closing tips, here's what I want you to do. I want you to like as many other pages as humanly possible. So that means you're going to see all these people posting their Facebook fan pages.
Nita's already posting hers from Charlotte, North Carolina.
And now what you want to do is go out, because by now you've posted yours.
Michelle
so
Roberts
now
posting hers.
Going out and like somebody else's pages. Now, Myron, we only give them 2, maximum 3 minutes to like as many pages as humanly possible. Okay. But because they're doing something and sowing into other people's lives for 2 minutes, maximum 3, go ahead and just sow into them. Now, while he's talking, you should be doing what? Clicking. While he's talking, you should be clicking. Go ahead and do it right now, and the floor is yours.
So one of the things we talked about earlier was the fact that all principles are microcosms of each other. The principle works in one area, it has to work in another. So one of the things that I like to study is I like to study aeronautics. I like to study how planes fly. Because I used to be deathly afraid of flying. I hated getting on a plane. I was like Mr. T. I ain't riding on no plane, Hannibal. I wasn't getting on a plane. I was so scared. And I'd get on a plane, I'd like death grip on the seat. I just hated it. Sweating the whole time. Every time I hit a bump, made a noise, I was like, okay. So what I did? I said, I'm going to learn how these planes work. And so what I did, I started studying in books how planes fly, and then I took flying lessons.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So then I understood how it works, and once I understood how it worked, then I can get on a plane and go to sleep before it takes off and sleep until after it lands. Okay, it doesn't even matter. I don't even. It's like on a plane. Okay, so I'm sharing that with you because I want you to think about how much power it takes for a jet. Now, we flew up here on a 737-700, I think, 737-700 on Southwest Airlines. So that is a jet that weighs a little over 200,000 pounds fully loaded with all the passengers, and we had the full load of passengers and luggage, over the fuel, everything, 200,000 pounds, and we are 35,000 feet in the air, cruising at about 300-400 miles an hour. I want you to think about how much power it takes for that jet to take off. Do you understand that you can apply the principles of flight, not just flight, the principles of flight to your finances, and it has to work the same way? Okay. Now, this is what's really cool. Why does a plane fly? It doesn't seem to make sense that something that heavy could fly, right? Well, because the wings are curved at the top. So the wing has a curve. So the air flows over the top of the wing. Okay. And because the top is curved and the bottom is more flat, the surface area on top is longer. Well, when the wing hits that air molecule in the front, the air molecule splits in two. Part of the air molecule goes over the top, the other part comes under the bottom, and then it reunites at the back of the wing. Okay, now I know that. Okay, wow, that's kind of that is interesting. But
I'm trying to figure out the point.
The point's coming.
I'm hanging in there though.
The point's coming.
Okay, so molecules splitting.
Okay, so now what happens is because they have to end up at the back of the wing at the exact same time, the part of the air molecule that goes over the top has to travel faster than the part that moves under the bottom. Okay, which means when something is moving faster, it produces an area of a low pressure. Okay, low pressure. You say low pressure, what's that have to do? You ever skipped a rock across the pond? Yes. The reason the rock, which is heavier than the water, doesn't sink is because it's moving so fast it can't sink. Because of the speed. Remember we talked about speed? Right. Okay, because of the speed. Now watch what happens. When it creates an area of low pressure above the wing, but it also creates an area of high pressure under the wing. Okay. This is just the way life works. High pressure has to flow to low pressure. When you blow up a balloon, the reason you blow up a balloon and the air goes out of the balloon is because there's more pressure on the outside of the balloon than there is inside the balloon. Okay. That's why the air goes out. Okay. You with me so far?
Right. Yeah, I'm with you.
In your life, what creates high pressure financially? Bills.
Of course. Thanks a lot. Bills.
Bills.
Right.
A whole lot of them. Right.
Sometimes it's one. Just sometimes one. I think it's one. I don't know a whole lot. One.
Now on an airplane, where's the high pressure? Under the wing.
Right. Under the wing. Okay.
Low pressure's where? Above the wing. Now watch this. What creates low pressure financially? Income.
Cash.
Cash. Now remember we said this part moves faster. So here's how you create wealth using the principles of a jet plane. You have to make sure your income comes in faster than your bills. That creates lift.
Okay, Doc.
Okay.
You're the man. You're my favorite 50 Cent.
Wait, it gets better. It gets better. Why does the air start moving? Because you have this thing called thrust. And thrust is what causes the airplane to move forward, that splits a molecule in the first place. And the thrust that we have is what we talked about all day, speed. You've got to get about creating that income fast, get that money coming in fast, that low pressure coming in fast, then the high pressure becomes nebulous. I promise you, no matter who you are, where you are in your life right now, if you're making $5,000 a month, you get your income to up to around $30,000 a month, and you won't be rich yet, but you'll be well on your way. That will alleviate a lot of financial pressure. So you make money faster than you spend it, and your financial life will take off, just like a 737-700.
I'm rebranding him, Shay. He is now the financial physicist. He is now, everybody type into the group, hashtag financial physicist. Just type into the group right now, hashtag financial physicist.
CSO. You're going to make a lot more money as the CSO. Stay in the CSO.
Shay's
the other stuff is entertaining, and it's great. Just be a CSO. Go get the cash, baby. Go get the cash. I don't know how many physicists getting hired nowhere, but I know them sales folks. They getting hired every day. I know you coming to Tampa because he's a CSO. I know you coming to Tampa because you want to get that income up. I know what I know for sure.
Shay,
he's going to make you a very
financial physicist. Type into the group. Shay can't spell.
First of all, I can't spell physicist.
He can't spell.
This I can spell. Cash. C-A-S-H. I can spell cash.
Okay, folks. If you needed another reason why you need to be
hire someone else to learn. Hire someone else to do all the spelling for you.
1 Year Millionaire Live. He just gave you just these principles. Just these principles alone. Just imagine applying them in your life. Some of you starting to think through it now. It's like, oh, I need to apply these principles. But you need to learn how to apply.
What's that picture?
You need to learn how to apply these principles. And how can you do it? By showing up to 1 Year Millionaire Live. You need to be there. I'm going to be there. Shay's going to be there. We're going to be there. What about you? And by the way, by now, you've already posted your Facebook group, and let's just shout out a few people. Shay.
LG is cruising. LG. Lyndon Greer talk about LG from Maryland. Look at that. He got a cool. He's just like chilling. Like he's just chilling. Yeah, Candace put hers out there.
Kingdom Culture from out of Vancouver, Canada.
Wow.
BC and
CC.
And Stevie Mills.
H. Cardwell put hers out there. Diet Free Life. I already liked hers.
By the way, like other people's pages.
I'm liking hers as well.
Precious Moore.
Is that France? What y'all call it? France. God, they from New York. So nice. They named it twice.
Financial Fitness.
Yeah, he has his Captain America shirt on.
That's what's up, Captain America.
He said, I'm gonna go save the world. France is regularly on these. I mean, no, he's like a regular.
Like he
shows up.
France is the man.
He shows
late,
out.
Early, it doesn't matter.
Hey, I want to let you know, we acknowledge you. You're on the way. I mean, you are there. Now you got the speed to get there. I like that. The need for speed. Need to speed. Thank you all. Okay. Trevor, we got so much time today. I mean, I wish we could just hang with you like all day, all night. We know we've done that before. Now we've done that before. We've done 24 hours straight.
And we have Myron here, and so we'll let him join us in the. First, I put my Facebook group out. I need some likes. I don't know if you need some likes. I can use a couple of likes. I want to go ahead and post my group right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just how cool is that? Go on out right now, just like Trevor Otts' fan page. I'm posting it right now.
I'll put mine up when we're done because I don't have my phone or but the Myron Golden on Facebook.
Trevor's arm is kind of heavy right now. He's been holding that. He's holding that Apple MacBook Pro with all this in front of him. Fortunately, I've been able to do. You see this right here? It's an iPhone. You have an iPhone.
I do.
Okay, good. I'm glad you have one. And I'm gonna put mine right from here. I don't have to worry about typing one hand. See,
Myron, Shay and I had a conversation, and we've been chatting for about the last couple of months, and we've decided to do something very special. We've decided to run a hyper success tour.
I like it.
We've decided to bring together speakers from all over the country who are helping people not just be successful, but hyper successful. The hyper success tour. And so here's what we want to do. We believe that there are experts out there. By the way, we want to have you on a hyper success tour.
Well, thank you.
But we're pretty hyper. You're pretty hyper. Fast success, fast track millionaire. And we believe that there's some other people out there who want to put people on the fast track to success, hyper success. And if that's you, we want to highlight your expertise. We want to hear from you. We want to put you on the hyper success tour. We're looking for speakers, coaches, authors, mentors, and there are different types of success. There's financial success. There's success related to your health. There's spiritual success. There are multiple forms of success, and the Hyper Success Tour is all about featuring the brightest speakers from all over the world, the brightest trainers, the brightest authors, to help people not just get successful, but have hyper success, to get it done fast. How fast? Lightning fast. How fast? In the blink of an eye. And so, Shay, what do they need to do to become a part of the Hyper Success Tour?
Let me share what you're going to do. I didn't know Trevor was going to do this. Like, he does a lot of wacky stuff, and but this is, I mean, I didn't know this. I really didn't. But this, I do know, you don't want to miss it. And so if you are a speaker, if you are a coach, and you want to be part of the best, the brightest, the smartest, the most intelligent, or maybe you just have a message inside of you. You're an expert at what you do. They've been studying, Myron. They've been watching, they've been studying, they're prepared. And now you want to share it with someone else, and you want to be part of this Hyper Success Tour. Now, what Trevor didn't mention, which I think is very, very important, is that some of them can do it from the comforts of their home. This will be one that will be online, just like you're watching right now. You can keep your bunny slippers on, you can relax, have your tea, and be part. Or it's going to be offline, which means you can come in person. So what do you need to do? I'm going to share my personal cell phone, because if you're listening right now, then that tells me that you're a person of action, that you believe in personal development and personal growth, and you want to help other people. So here's the number. So if you're a speaker, author, coach, or trainer, get ready. You're going to text. This is my personal cell. You know, I love Melissa. See, all I had to do was give her that's the wrong one though, Melissa. That's pretty good though. You want to text the word hyper. She was on cue for something else. Trevor changed up because he's just Trevor Otts. He's just Trevor Otts.
I was inspired, Shay.
Trevor didn't follow the script. You know, he just stuff falls out the sky. But Melissa, you can change that. I'm gonna give you the cue, Melissa. You're gonna change it to hyper. By the way, you're gonna change it to hyper. Hyper success. There you go. Just make it hyper. 2 words confuses these folks.
And
hyper.
Shay's cell phone.
Hyper. See, and listen. Put my number. My number is 202. I got to give her the number. She don't know my number.
I got you.
My number, Melissa, is 202. She was waiting on it. 270-1662. Let me give it again. It's 202-270-1662. Now you're going to type the word hyper. I only want you to do it in 1 word. When you do 2 words and get spaces, this gets so freaking confusing. Let's make this thing easy. You're going to text 202. Matter of fact, just do this for fun. Just get your phone out, just for fun.
Now,
202.
Only text hyper
270
if you are committed to it.
1662. You're going to type the word hyper. Now, why would you type the word hyper? Because you're interested in being interviewed and considered to be one of the presenters in an area of expertise that you have that's going to help someone in the area of personal development and professional growth. There'll be other folks that'll be on the platform. Myron, we put him on the spot. He says he's in. So we may be in Tampa. We may be here. We may be online. We may be offline. You don't know.
The above.
You don't know where we're going to be. Oh, we're going to be a lot of places.
All
2015 is going to be off the chain. I mean, you think they think they're ready now. They don't know what we got going on. Okay, so 202-270-1662. Type the word hyper. Now, what's going to happen when you do that? We're going to reach out to you. We're going to schedule an interview and then give you all of the details.
Now, a couple of quick notes. We don't care where you're located in the world. As you know, we run one of the largest live streaming platforms in the world currently devoted to personal and professional development.
Oh, hold on. By the way, sorry about that. When you text me, I forgot to say this, but how can I forget this? Text your first name, your last name, and your email, because I may have to email some information as well. So don't just text me, because I'm getting a bunch of texts and I'm not going to be calling all these people saying, who are you? And you might be, well, who are you? Who are you? No, that's not going to happen. So this is not my first rodeo, okay? So here's what I like to do, because I want to help you. My phone is texting, and I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. And we're going to work together. I believe the interview works out. This is going to be the fit that you were looking for. And the Hyper Success Tour is going to put you in front of more people in that one time slot that maybe you were all of 2014. So here's what you do. Text your first name, last name, and put your email in there. So text the word hyper, and then go back. So you got to retext me. Yes, you got to retext me again. Put your first name, your last name, and your email. So when we reach out to you to schedule the interview, if we don't reach you right away, we can send them an email with the details as well.
Absolutely.
Now, those who are watching this now, you are actually the first group to hear about this as we are.
Me too, by the way. I know we had talked about it, but I don't know.
Of course he didn't know.
Myron didn't know. Did you know about this, Myron?
I knew about that you were going to do it. I didn't know that we were going to announce it.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
So, the Hyper
These
Success
guys.
Tour is going to be amazing. We're going to take it all around the world. We're going to take it everywhere. The last event we got a chance to be a part of was the Live Your Best Life event. And that had over 66,000 viewers.
Wow.
And
That was a couple months ago.
yeah. And I want to know, what would it mean for you to get a chance to share your message, to share your mission with the world? Myron said something that was really key for me, is that the job of every business is to educate. Well, we want to provide you with an opportunity to educate people, not just locally, but to educate people around the world, not just educating them offline, but educating them online, not just educating a few hundred, but educating tens of thousands around the world, not just educating in the United States, but educating around the world. And we are looking, if you've been looking for that opportunity to really just share your message, I want you to text Shay Brown right now. You're going to text the word hyper. Text your first name, text your last name, text your email address. But let me give you a little secret. Let's give you a little secret. See, I like giving you some bonus. Tell us what topic you speak on. And we're going to interview you. And my promise to you is that everybody who sends in the text today, we're actually going to interview you today to see if you're fit to join us on the Hyper Success Tour. Now, we want people who are committed to the success of others. And this is the prerequisite, because I'm going to ask you, the first question I'm going to ask you is, are you committed to the success of others? And specifically, what type of success in others are you committed to?
Wow.
This is what we want to know. I mean, these are the two questions. You're getting the two questions on the interview right now. So it's like getting the questions for the exam before the exam is even coming.
Exactly.
So text the word hyper to 202-270-1662. Doesn't matter where you're located in the world. Our film experts, our studio experts, we will get to you. Doesn't matter where you are. If you're in Jamaica, no problem. If you're like Vanessa McLean out in the UK, no problem. If you're like John McClung out in New Mexico, no problem.
And as a footnote, what's most important, because Trevor, I'm getting a signal, we got a few more minutes and then we got to close up. But what's most important is it doesn't matter what your experience level is right now. There's some of you're like top-notch speakers or you're experts, and it's what you do all the time, full time. It's part of what your life is. You're close to this guy up there. And that's cool. Some of you are like Shay Brown. You're over here somewhere, for lack of a better term. But you know you're ready. And with the right amount of practice, a little bit of guidance, you're like, you know what? I'm ready for my big shot, Shay. Maybe you haven't had it quite yet, and you're wondering, am I good enough? Do I fit in? Look, here's what I want you to know. As long as you have a big heart, and you believe that your message, your story, whatever it may be, is going to help someone else, then go ahead and text the word hyper to 202-270-1662 and put your first name and your email in, and let's have a conversation. Worst case scenario, you say, Shay, it's just not for me, or it's not a good fit now. Best case scenario, we look back and this was a defining moment, this moment right now.
And Shay, I'm getting a note that we got to make sure to highlight our sponsor, but before we do, I just want you to imagine for a second, because sometimes we got to start seeing ourselves in a different light. Just imagine that you went down to the 1 Year Millionaire Live Conference and you learned all of the techniques about how to sell and position yourself offline and online using integrated strategies from the master, Myron Golden. Let's just imagine that you learned that. And then all of a sudden you learn that you were selected to join us on the Hyper Success Tour. And all of a sudden you get in front of over 100,000 people sharing your message using the integrated techniques and strategies that you learned at the 1 Year Millionaire Live Conference. And can you imagine what the state of your finances will be when you leave that stage? Now, can somebody say fast? Fast Track Millionaire. I mean, once you learn the strategies, you need some place to execute it.
Absolutely.
Once you learn the techniques, I mean, hey, I can go practice playing basketball. I can practice playing basketball, but at some point, they got to put me in. Put me in, coach. This is for people that say, put me in. I'm ready to play. There's some of y'all right now, you're like, put me in, coach. If you're ready, just go ahead and type it to the group. Hashtag, put me in, coach. Hashtag, put me in, coach. I want to put you in. I'm telling you, right? The reason why we didn't mention it is because we knew that there were going to be a few people that been waiting. You know, my favorite football player is Terrell Owens. You want to know why? He's put me in. Whenever the game is on the line, he's like, throw the ball to me. Put me in. Some of you out there right now, you're in network marketing, you're in different businesses, you're an entrepreneur, you're in health, you're in coaching, you're a business coach, and you've been waiting for your opportunity. Here it is right now. I'm trying to put you in. We want to put you in. What do we want to put you into? We want to put you into the Hyper Success Tour. Text HYPER to 202-270-1662. You can only practice for so long. At some point, you got to get in the game.
Absolutely. So as we start bringing it down the home stretch, there comes a time where
I got to cover the sponsor, so don't forget.
Okay, well, cover the sponsor. We only have a few moments, so we don't have much time.
All right. So one of our sponsors is the Four Divas. Four Divas. Shout out to the Four Divas for Divas. Dr. Letitia Wright out there heading up the Four Divas World Conference, and they're actually looking for a few good women. They're looking for women keynote speakers. If you know of a woman keynote speaker, or you are a woman who is willing to keynote at the Four Divas World Conference, they are looking for keynote speakers for September 13th.
Yeah, it's actually September 13th. Melissa, that was the first one that we had with the 428 number on it. They'll be texting amazing women in to 240. There she has it up. She's one step ahead of us.
240-428-6333. The head of that is Dr. Letitia Wright. They're looking for a few good women, and they're interested in women who are willing to keynote at the World Conference on September 13th, 240-428-6333. Just text amazing women, all one word. It's all one word. Don't try to put a space in it. Don't try to be grammatically correct. Just go ahead and text the word amazing women. Text it to 240-428-6333.
And maybe you'll text it, you'll get all the details immediately. You get a response right to you with all the details.
Yep. And maybe you want to speak, or maybe you know somebody that would be a good fit. They're looking for women keynote speakers in the area of health, in the area of wealth, in the areas of personal development and professional growth, specifically for women. Text amazing women. Amazing women. No spaces. Don't be grammatically correct. No spaces. All together. Amazing women. Don't put no space in it. And text that to 240-428-6333. Now, Shake, we've taken care of the sponsors. Dr. Letitia Wright and the Four Divas for Divas.
We appreciate you. Matter of fact, we appreciate all of you. So here's what we're going to do. We got just a few minutes. Myron, if you'll take a minute, I have to give these speakers a cue, right? Take a minute to give some closing comments to those folks that have watched, that have hung in there. And when all the lights go off and they close their computer down and the music stops playing and the Facebook group is not going, they got to go back to work.
Yes.
They've got to make their dreams a reality, and it's going to take some work to do that. Please share your message as we close out, and then Trevor and I will wrap it up, and then it'll be another amazing hangout. So I'm going to go ahead and give you.
So what I would say is, and it's going to be brief, is congratulations on taking the first step and making the rest of your life the best of your life. One of the things I'd recommend is this content that you watch today and other things that you've watched that have impacted your life. Don't just watch it once. Go back and watch it over and over and over again and integrate it into your life. Make it a part of you. And you do that by repetition. Repetition is the mother of skill. So you cannot, good content, you can't watch it too much, you can't listen to it too much. I've got one audio program in particular that I had in my car for 6 years. And I listened to it probably 70, 80 times. And it has made me millions of dollars. So, and it's people say, well, what was it? It's not what it was what I did with it. And it was the repetition. I just kept listening to it over and over and over again until it became a part of me. That's what I'm going to recommend to each and every one of you.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for coming.
Well, thank you for having me. It was
stopping by, just
my
popping
pleasure.
up and
it was my
sharing
pleasure.
some real ideas with these real folks out there.
I had
Thanks
fun.
so much.
I had fun.
It's been fun.
It was a blast.
So, Trevor, what do you want to say as we close out another amazing session, one of the pop-up sessions? You've got about 2 minutes or less, because we got to get going. There's believe it or not, we've got other folks we got to go deliver a message to.
So, in closing, pay it forward. Pay it forward. What I want you to do is focus on your number one takeaway. As a matter of fact, we're going to change it up. Focus on the number one thing that you're going to do with today's information. Focus on the number one thing that you're going to do with today's information. And I'm going to show you in just a few seconds how to create global accountability, how to create global accountability partners. I want you to focus on the number one thing that you're going to do with today's information. When you do that, I want you to hit the share button above the video. And you're going to say, the number one thing that I'm going to do with today's information is blank. And at the end of it, I want you to use hashtag hold me accountable. Hashtag fast track millionaire. Hashtag hold me accountable. Hashtag fast track millionaire. Now you're going to be surprised. You're going to say the number one thing that you're going to do with today's information is start, let's say, investing more in my personal development. Hashtag hold me accountable. Hashtag fast track millionaire. Now watch how many people actually respond to you. Watch how many people actually start holding you accountable. But also, you're going to need help with your goals. You're going to need help with your dreams. You're going to need help with your aspiration. And sometimes just putting it out there, you start to attract to you the people that you need to help achieve those goals. And so today, the word of the day is accountability.
With that being said, first I'll just close with these comments. One of my favorite sayings is what one idea implemented is better than 1,000 ideas you know right now. So you've got a lot of ideas, and sometimes we have too many ideas. We really do. So take the one idea and just implement it. Because how many ideas do you need to change your life anyway? Just one. One good idea implemented is better than 1,000 ideas you know right now. And the universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't. So if nothing else, go ahead and take action. I mean, you don't have to get it right. You just got to get going. Thank you for joining, number one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Those that could participate. The others of you, I know you were listening in, and maybe you couldn't participate as much as you wanted to. But for those that were able to participate, thank you. For those that shared the email out, some of them get the emails, and they share it with their network. And we're very humble and appreciate it, because without you, this would not be possible. Some of you took the text message that came to you, and oh wow, how cool was that? And you took it and they copied it and they forwarded or pasted it to someone else. Thank you as well. Thank you. And thank you for just being a part of this and hanging out with us and having fun.
It was a blast.
Appreciate you. With that being said, make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make good things happen. We connect. When, Trevor? Again next time. Thanks out, Melissa. You can bring up the big screen and give them a little music and take us on home. Thank you all for joining.
They get music too. Kind of like
they have music. They have everything. This has been great.
Hey, by the way, that's our new brand there. Our virtual CEO.